babe. Oh, this is, oh my gosh. Oh, it's so pretty. You know, this reminds me of is like, Victor, you did all this? It's so good. Oh, babe, thanks. I love it so much. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, is this my Challengers era? Welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. The vibes are good. I'm still pregnant, but it is my birthday tomorrow, so we're celebrating my birthday week. You guys know I love my birthday week, but I'm even more excited because I could actually give birth on my birthday, so I'm like super excited about it. So this is gonna be a great week. This is gonna be a great episode. It's gonna be an amazing episode because the best birthday present I could get, besides you guys watching, is 3 sponsors today. Yes, and really good sponsors that I actually use and love and everything. I'm just like, okay, blown away. DoorDash, hi DoorDash. Their Dash Pass gives you $0 delivery fee. We'll talk more about it later in the episode, but shout out DoorDash for sponsoring this for the second time. We love you so much. It's literally the only food delivery service that we use. Yes, DoorDash. Our second sponsor is Liquid Death. Ooh, sounds scary, but isn't. It's actually really refreshing water. Good for you. You guys go check your local retailer by going to liquiddeath.com/Trish. More to come in the episode. And finally, we have Adam and Eve. Shout out adamandeve.com. Using my code JUST gets you 50% off their website. Use them for years and years and years. We love you, Adam and Eve. And finally, not really a sponsor, but we love you guys over on our Patreon. Moses' bolognese recipe is up. We have a Met Gala review coming this week. If I can do it, I don't know, it's tonight, so whatever. Check out patreon.com/JustTrish. We love you so much. We also have new headshots. This is the last, you have to sign up by May 10th, so it's the last week reminder to get your headshots. You're going to get 2 maternity photos in black and white, plus a Trish emoji sticker. You guys, there's so much stuff. And our producers also get handwritten cards by me. And the maternity photos are really pretty. Show them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get 2, technically 4 because they're double-sided. You get 1, you get 2, you get 3, you get 4. They're nice linen papers. Patreon.com/JustTrish. How exciting. We have 3 sponsors, my birthday. We were supposed to be challengers today. That was our theme. I switched it up. Oscar's like, wait, what? And then I was supposed to be like in a birthday outfit. And then I was like, oh, let me just do the Megan Fox because I was we both had the same issue. I felt humongous. I can't fit into anything. And I was like, I saw Megan Fox wear pajama pants and a sports bra. I was like, that's it. That's the look. Yeah, that's the look today. But I love this Challenger's look. I
tried to go a little tennis court, which is kind of easy for me because I have a lot of sweater vests. So yeah. But some of them were fitting a little too snug this morning. So yeah, I knew when I was texting you that I was running a little bit late because I felt fat that you would get it.
I was more than anyone. I'm like a walrus right now, like literally. My hair and makeup team were like, you look like Megan Fox. I was like, if she was literally 260 pounds, which is what I am now, and proud of it. And you have your Challenger's outfit on. I love it. It's so cute. Moses was getting into challenges before he even saw the movie. I saw it with my mom first, and then I saw it with Moses, and he was already into the spirit, and I like that.
Well, I got my gear, I play, and it's my favorite drink when I play. So.
Oh, okay. Yes. Product placement. The whole movie was product placement.
Oh, yeah. Since I started playing tennis, I get a lot of sponsors now.
Liquid Death. Liquid Death. Great for tennis players. This was my birthday gifts. I got a hat.
I'm obsessed with that giant tennis ball.
It's so crazy. We were going to Subway to get churros, actually, because of the movie. And then really right next door to it, they had these giant pink tennis balls. I'm like, go ask if those are for sale. And then they were like, yeah, they are. What would you play? Why would you have these? Because it has like a pump in there. Like you can pump it up. Like why would you ever?
That is wild.
Why would you need that?
We should try smacking it or something.
Do you think people play with it sometimes?
Maybe when you're old, like really old people.
To see it. It's like, it's really cool. And then he came out, and Moses was so funny. He's like, at first they didn't have the pink at the bottom. It was just this. I'm like, that looks more orange. And then he's like, they can wrap it in pink. And I was like,
wow.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, what did you tell him? I wasn't going to use it or something. The guy's like, she should use it. It's an expensive racket. But I want to learn to play. Once I have this baby, I want to learn to play tennis. I think
that is fierce.
In my tennis era, for sure.
Yeah.
I just saw the movie Challengers. You didn't tell me I would like love it. I was like, do you think I like it? You're like, maybe. Or what did you say? Did you say?
I thought you would like it because it's like sexy. I didn't know you would go full blown into it, but I should have because of Mike Price.
Oh my God. He was just gorgeous and everything. But I like the other guy too now, Josh O'Connor.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed with him. I started watching like the Crown clips of him as King Charles. He's like, why would I want to do that? I was like, I became obsessed with him. Became obsessed with Zendaya because the only thing I saw her in was Greatest Show, and she was pretty young in that movie, so I wasn't, it was good. It was whatever. But that one, of course, I would love Zac Efron on. But this one, Zendaya kind of stole the show. Even though I love the guys and I love the whole like queer theme, I like kind of live for Zendaya.
Yeah, I mean, she is the star of the movie. So I didn't realize there was so much discourse about her character though, because she's like unlikable or whatever, and people are like, well,
toxic.
Yeah, but that's kind of what she's supposed to be, and she really ate down with the acting. I hope she gets an Oscar nom or something.
I hope so too, and I feel like she should do more of those roles. And yeah, she was definitely like toxic and awful, but just also beautiful. I looked up everything she wore in the movie. Like the bag was Loewe. Well, Loewe did like the whole like design of all the costumes. They did this T-shirt that I told you T-shirt.
Yes, it was like $350.
Literally got it though, because I was like, oh, of course. It was so iconic. It's a replica of Jake. I like did such deep dive into that movie afterwards because it was so good. And I was impressed because like the two guys, like they're not like they've been in stuff, but they're not like names. I guess they were supposed to have like Jacob Elordi was considered for it, like different roles. And I was just surprised how well they held their own next to Zendaya, because she is like a powerhouse, and it was so good. And they were just and I thought it was sexy too, because you said sexy, and I told that to Moses. We did a mini review yesterday on our vlog, and he's like, I don't know if it was like you made it seem like it was such a sexy movie, and I'm like, it was. He's like, no, I didn't think it was like
the slow mo, the dripping sweat, the sauna, the short shorts, like legs, all like every shot legs.
Everything was so hot. Like every body part that they showed was so hot. Like you said, just like even like a churro scene, which is like not super sexual in like nature, but just like the intensity, the like chemistry. And I was like, that
pulling
is hot.
The stool over.
That's
hot.
All the food they ate, by the way, were so hot. Like when they ate the little peanut butter thing on the court, the banana, like everything they ate was so hot. There was even the Dunkin' sandwich, the way he ate that, I was just like, it made me want to get a Dunkin' sandwich ASAP, and they don't even look like that. I was just, the food eating was on another level. They were so hot. The sweating was so hot. That movie was so hot. I came back from it just like in heat. I was just like, oh my God. So I saw it Thursday, and then I had to go take Moses to see it again Saturday because I wanted to talk about it on Hot Topics, because I was like, this movie is so good. And Zendaya did say you have to see it like multiple times to like get more stuff. And I was like, yes, totally. So when I saw it the second, third time, I was like, just second, not third. I was so obsessed. It's so good. Like, that's my favorite movie ever.
Wow.
Like, ever in the whole world. It's so good. I mean, this is the week to be queer, I think, for sure. This is queer week. Darren Criss came out as culturally queer, and I love that. I was like, okay, me. Maybe that's what I am. I kept thinking, I'm like, what am I? And I was like, I think I'm culturally queer, too. I think I'm all. It's all of it. The Challenger movie, totally queer. Love that. Daniel Radcliffe speaking up against, like, trans people, against, like, J.K. Rowling being, like, coming out. I was just like, we love a queer week, and it's like, it's really taken over, and I love it. All the lesbians on the Dance Moms reunion, I was like, we love to see it. But Challenger is so good. I want to see every movie. You said he did Call Me By Your Name. I've never seen it, but maybe I want to see it now.
Yeah, the director also did Call Me By Your Name.
Is it sexy?
Yeah, but it's like, Timothy's younger, and then Armie Hammer. I don't know how like the Armie Hammer effect will work now, because I watched it pre Armie Hammer being exposed as like a creep.
But is he actually? Because why isn't he in jail if he like ate people's flesh?
I don't. I think
isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, but I think it's hard because it was like a
allegedly.
sexual. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly.
He said he wants to.
Yeah. Oh, but he didn't. No. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was more like a sexual kind of thing.
Okay.
Instead of like straight up like cannibalism, I think. But
that I feel like he did get a little bit of bad rap. I know nothing about him, but I'm like, everyone's like, oh, he's a cannibal. And I was just like, oh, okay, ew, gross. But it's like, he wasn't.
Not technically, I think. Not like actually eating people, but like weird fetishes for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And some not like super consensual. So.
Oh,
yeah.
that is a problem.
That's where it'll get you. Yeah.
So was he gay in the movie?
Yes.
Love.
Yeah. Timmy and Armie had like a gay.
I know we always talk about this, but again, what do you think when it's like two straight actors playing gay?
I don't know. I think it depends. It depends if I like the person or not, I think. I like Timmy, so sure, be gay.
That is so, what is an idea of you? When she's like, so it's okay for me to be with someone 20 years younger, but not my husband. Like, yeah, I like you.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you like the person.
Yeah, like, Nicholas, from The Idea of You, he was gay in like Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I like him. So I'm like, yeah, go be gay.
And he's not gay.
I don't think so. He has a girlfriend because he posted a photo of like him and his girlfriend on his Instagram story, because I think he was kind of tired of everyone calling him gay, but he's never come out as like bi, gay, straight. But he has a girlfriend, so he's at least bi.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just consider everyone queer until they come out as like, I'm straight or something like that.
So
Yeah.
right.
Do you know what I mean? Because everybody is on that spectrum. Like everybody. And I don't care. I know everybody. Like I don't care if you want to admit it or not. Everybody is. Everyone I've talked to about this stuff, like personally, like they all have that little bit of either it's curiosity or attraction or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's like completely like, normal. And that's why I'm saying it's a great week to be queer. And I love it. Is there a queer flag?
That's a good question.
Like,
is it just the pride flag?
Just the rainbow flag?
Because that has like everything in it.
Oh, okay. Maybe. We love that. Yeah, I think it should be. Like, there are ones that have all the flags. It's like the rainbow flag and then the purple and yellow and then the green. You know, it's just like everything in one. So
love that.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's everything.
that's a Just Trish flag.
Yes. Oh my God, we'll fly it. I can't wait. It's June. It's coming up soon. Did you think the two guys in the movie were into each other? Like in the characters.
I also didn't know that was a whole thing of debate. My boyfriend was like, everyone was hyping it up to be super queer, but they weren't really that into each other. But I was like, I feel like they were. Like, there's always those friendships that like lean very like homoerotic, and I feel like that was very that.
I did a deep dive into that too. Well, because like when we talked about it, I just thought like, oh, they're like gay or something in the movie. Like I just thought that they were, and obviously like they like weren't is like the whole thing. But then they talk about how whatever, all this stuff. So also there might be spoilers in this. I don't know. I should probably like warn people. Spoilers, yeah. But and then I looked it up, and they were saying that like Art was in love with Tashi, but Patrick was in love with Art, and then Tashi was just in love with Tennis. So I was just like, okay, love that, all of it. It just felt very. I don't know. I also just love seeing male friendships. I don't know. It's just it's so cute because there is that little bit of, I don't know. I get into it.
Yeah, there is like that weird like sexual tension between like the two guys. So, and it's also funny because like in the roles, I'm like, oh my God, especially Josh O'Connor's, I was like, he's so hot. But then like, every time he was like on the red carpet, like leading up to the movie, like, and he just looked like so like awkward and out of place and like didn't really care. Like,
oh, really?
He wore like big oversized suits and he just looked so small. Everyone says he looks like a little like mouse that got turned into a prince, but he like doesn't know how to like be human. That's what everyone has been saying.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Get $0 delivery fees on all your orders with Dash Pass. Dash Pass by DoorDash. My favorite delivery service is sponsoring this video today. You guys get Dash Pass by DoorDash to get $0 delivery fees, and I'm going to tell you how. If you're looking to save on delivery fees and get your orders at a discount, Dash Pass is the right move for you. Whether it's food from your favorite restaurants, groceries from across town, or anything in between, Dash Pass is the most affordable way to get everything you need delivered right to your door. With $0 delivery fees and lower service fees on eligible orders, Dash Pass makes it easy to save at restaurants, grocery stores, and all your local favorites on DoorDash. We've been loving DoorDash. It's our absolute favorite. It has the most variety of all the things across town. And again, you can get food, which is your traditional thing, get some toilet paper, get whatever you need. It's kind of an all-stop shop. It's really great. It's super fast. So the fact that they're having $0 delivery fees with this membership offer is absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss out. You also get exclusive membership discounts. There's just so many great opportunities. On average, it pays for itself in about 2 orders. It costs $9.99 per month, which you really get that. That's usually like 1 order, depending on how far it is, something like that, sometimes 2 orders. So it really pays for itself. If you use food delivery services or delivery services a lot, DoorDash is the one to go. Not only does it offer you a variety, it now has Dash Pass, which gives you $0 delivery fees. Just amazing deals, amazing discounts. This is one membership you will not regret buying. Open the door to $0 delivery fees and savings you can't get anywhere else. Sign up for Dash Pass today only on DoorDash and get your first 30 days free if you're a new member. Subject to change. Terms apply. You guys, please go check out Dash Pass. DoorDash is one of our great sponsors. It's one that's amazing. We love them. They've been so great to the show, but also they're just a really great thing to use. For $9.99 a month, you get all these great discounts. You get the $0 deliveries. It really does make such a difference. I know the number one complaint has been recently like the service fees and all the add-ons. It doesn't even make sense to order anymore. Treat yourself, okay? Treat yourself. You deserve to rest. Have that food delivered directly to your door. DoorDash is the way to go. And with this innovative Dash Pass, how can you say no? Check it out. $0 delivery fees, Dash Pass on DoorDash.
But in this role, he's just so like cocky and hot and like tan and sweaty.
Has the hair though too. I like the hair. Like I love Mike Feinstein's he's my fave, and he was obviously completely like no hair, but I kind of like the hair on him.
Me too.
And he's not my type. The Josh O'Connor guy is definitely not my type. When I saw him, I remember being like, that guy's like not hot, whatever. And then you see him in the movie, and you're just like,
yeah,
wow,
it's so weird. Like
that's the type now, the tennis player.
It's crazy. In this movie, he is so hot, but everything outside of it, like. I'm like, okay, I mean, he's a cute boy, but like in this movie, he's just hot. Like those big ears, I just want to like grab him. Like,
yeah, there's something kind of like dirty too, because he's like not dirty, but just like he's in his car, so he's just kind of like not showered and stuff, and it's just kind of like I don't know. I kind of like it. The fact that he's like prostituting himself out for like
he's a little
hotel.
skeezy.
Yeah, like going on Tinder. And his Tinder was set to boys and girls.
Yeah.
And like, yes, maybe it was like he would take either one to like spend a night with someone because he needed a place to stay. But at the same time, it was kind of like,
and
no, I think that's.
lingered on the guy. He was like,
yeah. Did he swipe yes for him?
I think he didn't know, but he took a second. Like the girls, he was going fast, but the guy.
Wait, no, everything he swiped to the right.
Did he swipe?
Everything he swiped to the right.
Okay, I didn't know. I was like, I think he did. That scene was so good too. The locker room scene. I just like. I remember I told Moses too. I'm like, there's just like a lot of like penises, but they were saying like how they're just kind of flaccid. I guess I don't know. Can you say that on YouTube? I don't know. But
say flaccid,
I was like, but I wonder why they can't. They always are. And he said if they were like erect or whatever, that they would probably consider it porn or something like that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because you never see it in movies, right? Like
Yeah.
Because that would be an action. Like you have to be
aroused,
reacting to something. Like it has to be in a.
Because you never see that ever in movies. You always just see them flopping.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate the art of it. You know how I always say I don't like penises. I'm like, oh, they're kind of ugly. But I can appreciate the art. And it's not even like an erotic thing for me. It's just more like, God, I appreciate the art of the body. I don't know. All the movies, Zendaya too. I was like, oh, I love that we got to see so much of her body. Like, I just appreciate the art. Although, when you feel humongous, it's not a good movie to see for guys or girls because everyone's just like fit and hot.
Teeny in it.
I was like, damn, they really look good. I was obsessed. This is my favorite movie of my whole life.
Wow.
Solidified me. And I rewatched Mike Weiss and everything, like West Side Story. I was like, I love him so much. And then the fact that he's a theater boy. But then I also watched all the Josh O'Connor stuff. And now I got to watch all the Zendaya stuff. I don't know if I can watch Euphoria. I think it was like too graphic. We tried. I don't think I could get into that.
Yeah,
but
it's intense.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else has she been in? I don't know if you would like Spider-Man.
I guess we saw Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Well, he wasn't Spider-Man. He came back. It was like a cameo.
Last one, yeah.
But I don't remember it really. Like I don't remember watching the movie. I don't even remember the guy that played Spider-Man. Like I know it's Tom Holland, but I don't even remember his face. Like I can't even see his face, which is crazy to me. She's with him too. No, he's cute, whatever. But like Zendaya's like the star. Like she's a star, you know. She's like a Marilyn Monroe. She's like huge, and I'm like so random here with Tom Holland, right?
I know. Well, I think it helped elevate her career. Like when she got with him, she wasn't like she was always a. It's kind of like a Sabrina Carpenter. It's been a slow burn of a career.
Oh,
you know?
really?
It's like Disney Channel, Dancing with the Stars. And even I was looking like the 2019 Met Gala, like she had her Cinderella moment, but it didn't really make like a lot of headlines or waves. Like people care more about it now because
she's
Zendaya. But at the time, like she was still like on the come up.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so it really was like after Spider-Man, and then once she started dating Tom, like it's like that couple that everyone likes on screen. They both like got each other more famous, really, and then Euphoria really like catapulted her too.
Really? Was she like the star of that show?
Yeah, she's a star, and I think she's also a producer on that show as well.
Damn.
So it's like the combination, and it became such like a pop culture like phenomenon that it put her like in a whole different world, and really. Like Euphoria and Challengers are like her two actual like starring roles. Everything else is kind of like supporting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Besides like Disney Channel, like Shake It Up and
I never saw it. Yeah.
But, these are like her actual like starring roles because like
So
Greatest
good.
Showman she was supporting, Spider-Man supporting.
Yeah.
Even Dune like supporting in that.
Oh, I should go see that now because now Dune.
Moses will love that.
I have two reasons to go see Dune because now I want to see Austin Butler and her in it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I will. I don't know. Do you think I would like that though for real?
The first one she's only in it maybe like 90 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, the second one she's in it more.
Okay. Do you think I'll like it though?
It's cool to look at.
It's much better than the old one for you.
Oh my god!
Like aesthetically and the story.
The old one was awful.
Because the old one was kind of creepy.
And I love that guy, but I just
one,
can't. I can't.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan,
Yeah.
shut up. I know everyone tells us to watch What Is It, Fallout, and I'm like, I looked at the premise of it. I'm like, it just looks so stupid, and I like want to because I like him, but it just looks so dumb. And I know Moses wants to see it too. He's like, let's just watch it. I was like, actually, I can't.
I liked it, but I don't know if it's Trish coded.
It's superhero.
It's not superhero, but it is sci-fi dystopian vibes.
I can't get into it. I can't get into it at all, and it makes me sad because I like doing like being on the cusp of pop culture. But what did you have your thoughts on it? Wait, what did you rate it? What did you rate it first?
Out of 10?
Yeah,
probably like an 8 out of 10.
Why?
The only thing that took me out of it was towards the end. It was so much slow-mo that I was like. Oh my god! I think it's also like I have ADD. That's what my boyfriend said because he was like, "You just thought it was too slow because you have attention."
Oh, okay, throwing it in your face.
I know, ableism, Jesus. Because it was just so slow mo at the end.
Oh, I love it.
I was like, okay, let's let's hit the damn ball. But
I live the slow-mo. The whole movie is like slow-mo. Moses described it as one music video, basically. It's just like so slow-mo, just sexy shot. But that's what I loved. Especially him just like taking this time at the end. Like it just was so, I don't know. I don't know what it was about it, but I loved that part of it. I would have given it 12 out of 10 for that reason. 8 out of 10. Oh, damn.
That's high for me, though. I don't know if I've ever rated anything like 10 out of 10.
The Eras Tour, probably.
The Eras Tour movie.
I like, no, more people should be talking about it. What did you rate it?
I would give it probably 9 out of 10, but I think it's like it was like a music video for tennis. If tennis was a band, this was their music video because the whole movie was that. But I don't know. I don't think Zendaya was that toxic. I think she was just like an honest depiction of what goes in a woman's mind.
Especially like competitive.
You know, when you... No, more like in relationships with men. Like, which men do you go for? The bad boy that you're attracted to, or the man that you can control? So she's always going between those two. And
I love his analysis of it.
And when you end up with the man that's weak and you can control, you end up also hating them and resenting them. So Patrick told her, "I know you hate him." You know what I mean? Like they went really deep with that. So to me, that's what the movie is about. It's really about a woman's journey in picking men.
That is actually
how hard it is, because you get a man that you can't control, but you love him, or you get a man that you can control, but then you hate him.
Patrick was the Maddie Healy.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes
who's
sense,
art
Moses.
then?
Yeah.
Who's art in Taylor's
the
world?
Joe Alwyn.
Okay. I don't know these names. Someone yesterday we came over and they're like, "Oh, we're such a Swiftie," and they're talking about all these names. I'm like, I know these names, but I don't know. I don't know who goes with what. Yeah. The Joe Alwyn. Okay, we love that.
And then the last part is like, you know, when she got injured, that's kind of sealed the deal with Art. Because he said, "I know I'm playing for two people." She was playing through him. She basically kind of hijacked his body to play tennis, you know.
But
so that's why she had to go with him, because she wouldn't be able to do it with Patrick.
You said Tashi was not toxic, but then he's like, "I think Art was." I was like, okay, random hot take.
Yeah, because Art, he's the one that broke them up, basically. He started chipping into their relationship, and that's what broke them up. So
he was the initial, like, they don't like you. He's not in love with you.
And Patrick told him, "I love seeing you like that. Like, finally, you're passionate about something. Finally, you get, like, finally, you're a man. You're doing something."
Yeah.
That's why I think he was in love.
A little snaky, you know.
Patrick was in love because he liked when he was fired up, and I think that's why he told him at the final competition that he like had sex with her, because he liked to see, he wanted him to win like on his like own merit and like fire him up and get him passion back in, and like I think that's why they hugged, because they were like so excited and stuff. Yeah. I love the final shot too. Everything about it is just like, I don't know. It just made me so giddy. I don't know. It was just, to me, it was just like an erotic movie. I was just like, I love this movie. I don't even care about tennis. Like, and it wasn't even about anything. Like, the movie really isn't about anything. It's just like this like one long match, and it's just like, but it's just hot.
And the music, like the score is good. I listen to the score all the time. Like when I'm working out, I'm like, I'm imagining him.
Yeah, because it was the guy from 9 Inch Nails, which I told Moses, and then he's like, but it's more, yeah, it was Trent Reznor. I said at the end, because I was like, random, and we thought it was gonna be like rock music when I told him that, but it's kind of like more, what do you say, like electric, like EDM or something.
It was more almost like Trainspotting, if you remember that movie. Like that movie had that electronic quality to it, but the music was great, and the use of the music was great.
So good.
And if you notice, there's a lot of like also like anytime, let's say she sits and eat, a second before he shows up at the window, there's like a boom. There's like a bass. There's always like boom, and then something happens. So you always know somebody's about to walk in, or a scene is about to happen.
I want Mike Feist on the podcast so bad.
I
did I get him on
last night
that he was on?
He wanted to date you, and it was a whole.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
I'm the real life Tashi. I'm like, what do I do?
Yes, I'm not even kidding. It was a whole thing, and you were like so morally conflicted. And
he dates supermodels. He dates people like Zendaya, like
then
supermodels.
He also sent a D pic too, and it was a whole debacle.
Wow.
Literally, and we had like a whole talk about it. Like, oh my god, what are we gonna do about Mike Feist?
I would gag. Oh my god, that would be everything. No, I have vivid dreams. That's the problem. When I watch these movies, the dreams are so vivid, and it's so but then we ruined it. I was on this kick of like erotic dreams, right? Like, because I saw the movie Challengers. It was like Thursday, Friday, and then we started watching America's Talent because my daughter stayed. She's been staying up late with us, so we have to watch. We can't watch Curve, which is like F words every 2 seconds. So we've been watching America's Talent because she'll watch the kids flip and stuff. And then now I changed from like Mike Feist, Josh O'Connor to like freaking Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel in my dreams.
Oh my God.
And it's not hot, and it's awful. And I'm like, what are these dreams? They're so stupid. And I'm really upset about it. I was like, damn, because I was on such a kick with those dreams, and they were so good, and I was so obsessed. And then they got ruined. And now we've been watching. And last night I watched America's Got Talent again. And what did I have? Another freaking dream about it. I was like, let me enjoy these last days of pregnancy with my... I've never been like that in a movie. But this movie, I was just like... Shout out to today's sponsor, Liquid Death. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. I have seen every cool person on the internet drinking Liquid Death. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so scary, so intimidating. Don't let it intimidate you guys, okay? This is flavored water. They also make low sugar sodas. Liquid Death is good for you. It's nutritious, and it's so tasty. I seen Travis Barker drinking this, and I was like, absolutely, I want to try it out. Don't let the name Liquid Death intimidate you. It's just going to murder your thirst, but it also is going to bring death to all those single-use plastic bottles, okay? We don't want that pollution in the world. Liquid Death is saving it one can at a time, and it's so cute. I'm drinking Slaughterberry, and how cool is that? Slaughterberry, and it's actually good for you and hydrating, and it has all these, like, vitamins for you. Like, it's actually so cute. The concept is amazing. They also donate portions of every can sold to help kill plastic pollution, so it's like actually helping the environment. So not only do you look cool, taste yummy, hydrating yourself, but you need to drink more water, that's for sure. It's also helping the environment. So check out Liquid Death, you guys. Go to liquiddeath.com/Trish to check out your local retailer where you can buy them. They're so delicious. They're so cute. I love like making my little like TikToks with them. I love it. It's actually so tasty too. Delicious. So go to liquiddeath.com/Trish. You can get free shipping on Liquid Death's Mountain Water, flavored sparkling, and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/TRISH to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/Trish, liquiddeath.com/TRISH. Thanks, Liquid Death, for sponsoring. We love you so much. You've been keeping us hydrated all these episodes. They're so delicious, so good. Cheers to Liquid Death. Check them out, you guys. Tasty. Huge shout out to AdamandEve.com. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. AdamandEve.com. I worked with them for over 7 years. You guys, they are tried and true. If you're looking to spice up your love life, get a little more sexy in the intimate world, whether you're by yourself, having fun, been married for a long time, and just want to spice up, Adam and Eve has all your needs from beginner to advanced. They have all the fun play items. They have all the fun accessories. Go explore it. Explore yourself, explore your body, explore AdamandEve.com. Use my code JUST to get 50% off any single item in the store, plus free shipping if you're in the US and Canada. Don't worry, these packages come super discreet in the mail, so no one has to know. They just have so much fun things. They have silent things, they have wild things, something for everybody, for all your comfort needs, all your comfort level. Adam and Eve makes it easy to spice up your love life, and you deserve it. You deserve it for yourself. You deserve it if you have a partner, your marriage, because the best way to relax and let go and release is to release. AdamandEve.com can spice up your love life and all your intimate needs. If you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm getting bored, I'm doing this, I need a release, I need help, AdamandEve.com has you covered. AdamandEve.com, use my code JUST, that's JUST, to get 50% off any single item and a free shipping in the US and Canada. Discreet packaging every time and satisfied. 100% satisfaction guaranteed from me to you. I'm telling you, I get satisfied every single time. So satisfy yourself, treat yourself. Life's all about the little pleasures. Life is short. Enjoy yourself. AdamandEve.com. Use the code JUST. Thanks for sponsoring this episode. But then the complete opposite of this movie is the idea of you, which you're like, please watch this. Absolutely got so excited. I was like, yes, I'm going to love this movie. Just zero chemistry, zero sexualness. It made me wait, what? Everybody in that movie, like none of it made sense. There was no tension. There was no sexualness. There was no anything. And I was like, what? I don't even get this. They had zero interaction in the bathroom scene. There was nothing hot. There was nothing like, they weren't up close and they were just so not sexy.
God. I loved it. But I think it's because like I was a directioner and I had that whole fantasy of like Harry Styles seeing me and like, oh, I'd be the one, you know, because... And that's what so many other girls had. Have you ever seen those tweets where it was like, oh, I used to shave my pussy before going to see One Direction? Like,
that'd be me before everything. I would go anywhere and I'd be like, maybe they'll want to have sex with me after. Yes, I get it. I am a new One Direction person, specifically a hair. What do they call him? A hairnator? What do they call him? What is his name? Hairnator. What is it?
It's not the Terminator.
There is a name.
I don't know if we would just call ourselves hairy girls, but I don't know.
Hairy girls, ew.
That's not a good name, especially if you're shaving before the show.
Yeah, let's not have a hairy girl moment.
Like,
ew.
I'm not a hairy girl.
Wait, I thought there was a name for them.
It could be. I swear.
Yes, there's definitely a name for Harry Styles.
In the One Direction days, you're a directioner, and then you were like a girl. So it was like a Liam girl, a Louis girl,
Harry girl. Not Harry girl. I I'm a new Harry girl. I love hairstyles. My fantasy too. That's my biggest fantasy in the world, right? You get called on stage. The performer wants to be with you, but like it gave nothing. It gave nothing. And like at first I was like, maybe I'm not an Anne Hathaway fan, so I'm like I can't get into it because I don't like her. But it wasn't even that. It was like the script and like the guy. Everything about it was just awful. Like the script, they changed the script a lot. I did a deep dive into this too. They changed the script. The original script, he was like 20 years old and she was 40. They changed it to be 24 to make it not like as creepy, but it's still creepy. And the whole thing was just weird. There was just zero chemistry when they met in the bathroom or whatever, the trailer, whatever. I was just like, there's no interaction where they're like, oh, I want to be with you right now. There's nothing. And then he like dedicated this song to her. And the whole thing was weird. Then when they traveled the world, it wasn't even sexy. She came out in her little moo-moo in the thing. I was like, what is this? And I'm all for like older women, like love that. Like a 40-year-old with like, you know, not a 24-year-old, that's a little ick, but maybe if he was like 30, like real hairstyles age, like that would be cute or whatever. But there was just nothing that I don't know who the guy is, but gave me nothing. And I was like, he reminded us of so many people. We kept saying he reminded us of, Matt Rife.
He was kind of a combination of Austin Butler, Matt Rife, and the guy from
Lopez versus Lopez. Quentin. He was on some Disney Channel show. I don't know his name, but he gave her that vibe too. I was like, this guy is driving me nuts. The guy was driving me nuts. The girl was driving me nuts. Her daughter in the original book was like 10, and they made her daughter older in this one. I'm like, it would make more sense if her daughter was a fan. Like, I don't know. The whole thing was just... everything about it was ick. I didn't like anything about it. Nothing. I was just like, and I love the storyline. So I don't get it. I don't know what happened.
I literally loved it. Well, I did fall asleep when I first started watching it. But I think my boyfriend hated it, and I was like, I'm gonna come on here and we're gonna have justice for this movie because I was like, it got a standing ovation at the film festival.
What?
Yes.
No.
And it would be me. I would be there.
No one gave that a standing ovation. They must have did it for like the director because the director is like a huge director. He like wrote and directed so many things. He did like what was it? Tammy Faye. He did The Dropout, a couple episodes. Like he's a huge director writer. And I'm like, he must have just done this for a paycheck. Like there's just no way. And they probably gave him a standing ovation because he's that guy or whatever. But it was so bad. Like awful. And I love Anyone But You. I love like cheesy. I love movies. Like I'm so confused. Why did you live? Just the storyline.
I think the storyline, because it just like is exactly like how I envision my life. Except I was like, 20 instead of 40. But I just really thought that I would be the one that like Harry would pluck up. And I think because they did date fans, so it made it even more realistic. Like I know what the girls went through. Like we went to those concerts thinking that they were gonna see us, like point to us. Like I don't know what it was. They fulfilled the fantasy.
Okay, I guess I could see that.
I think it's just like the historical aspect of like living through it and then seeing like a cinematic version of your dreams, you know?
I think it's better in the book. I think keep it in the book because then you could fantasize more that it's Harry Styles. But I saw the writer said she regrets saying it's Harry Styles.
Yeah, and then even Nicholas Galitzine, he was the one that played the Harry character. He's like, no, like I didn't look at like Harry. I looked at like BTS or like Backstreet Boys. I was like, no, you looked at Harry.
You were looking, talking.
Because then they edited all these like the fans edited mashups of like Nicholas versus Harry. And literally, it's the exact copy, like performances, interviews, like the same mannerisms. Yeah, it's like you
are Harry Styles. Yeah, for sure.
So don't lie to me. Yeah, and tell me it's not Harry Styles.
Gaslighting us, being like it's actually Backstreet Boys who are American or BTS that are Korean, but no, you're British and you're playing a British character and you're like five guys on stage that aren't dancing like Backstreet Boys. You're not like so it's like you look like One Direction and the songs were horrible. The music videos were awful.
I love the music. I was like,
oh my, awful. And I love boy band. I love the air. I was just like, it really was giving nothing. We couldn't. Well, and I wanted to finish it because I know the ending was different than the book because I did a little like deep dive on that. And they're like, oh, the ending is happy in the movie. They get together. Spoiler alert. But in the book, they don't get together. And I'm just like, okay, so let me watch the end of this movie because everyone was like pissed about the ending being changed or something. And I was like, I just don't get it. I don't know. And I don't even think it's my like. I don't care about Anne Hathaway one way or the other. It's not like I hate her or like her, but that's how I felt about Zendaya going into Challengers. I was like, I don't really like know anything about her either way. So I like went into it and then I was like, I'm obsessed with her. And then Anne Hathaway made me feel the opposite where I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it was the casting choice. I feel like if it was anyone else really. I mean, I know she's probably like the spearhead of it, but I'm just trying to think like who else I would rather see in that role. I don't know. I can't think of anyone right now, but
I love Anne Hathaway though.
You do love her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like the original Rachel Zegler, I think, because she got a
No, that's like not nice to Rachel Zegler.
No, because Anne Hathaway got a hate train, but then it came around.
Did she?
Yes.
What did she do?
It was when she hosted the Oscars with James Franco. Remember that?
No, I don't. What happened?
I think it was probably an era where you were not like
out of it. Was it 2009 to 2015? Out of it.
Yes,
okay.
It was in there.
What happened? I don't remember that at all.
I forget what happened. She was just very theater kid. And she hosted the Oscars with James Franco, and it was, I think, in history, probably like the worst hosting of an award show in a long time. Yeah.
So it wasn't unwarranted, the hate train. People were like, you are
but
awful.
It wasn't her fault. Like, they wrote it for her, and like they put her with James Franco like out of nowhere. Like, they just put two actors that are in things and made them host.
Oh, weird.
And she was another one where she was just very like theatrical. When she won awards, she would get like the way that she would talk would be very like just theater kid, like her mannerisms and stuff.
Really? I never got that vibe from her ever.
Said, or she even said recently when she was promoting this movie that like the hate train was so bad, like she was having trouble getting like roles.
Oh, well, that's
and
sad.
So like Christopher Nolan casted her in something.
Catwoman.
I think it was, or it might have been even later actually.
I remember seeing Catwoman and being like, "This is awful." Like I loved Halle Berry's Catwoman. I loved Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
That is wild. He loved. Oh, I guess like. The movie Catwoman, Halle Berry?
Yeah.
What? It's like the worst movie
fierce.
ever.
Fierce. So good. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like sometimes if you're just a good actress, it could be in like the worst movie ever, and it's just so good because you're like that girl.
She does look good in it, but...
I love that movie. I love the Catwoman movie. It's so good. And I was just like, I remember seeing Anne Hathaway, and I was just like, I don't know. She always... whatever. This is just me in my basement talking about this. And I'm not an actress, but I always felt flat. There's the other one too, Oz. Did you see that?
No, I never saw that.
Yeah, that was not good either. And I feel like I just saw a string of like not good movies, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I. Also, she always like looks the same, which I don't know. Like maybe that's like Jennifer Aniston. I know people say, and I don't look. With Jennifer Aniston too. I think she plays the same role all the time. But it's like Anne Hathaway always looks the same. She always looks like Anne Hathaway. She looks like she did in Princess Diaries in this movie. And I was like, she kind of always looks the same, right?
I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't have like the big transformations. I guess even when she shaved her head for Les Miserables, he was still like.
I hate that
looked
movie.
Like Anne Hathaway. I've never seen it, but
I'm like theater through and through. Every Broadway show I love. Les Mis, the worst movie ever. And then the remake. The original is good with like Uma Thurman, but the remake is like absolutely dreadful, horrible. Like who made that movie? That's so weird. I know people like her, so I'm not even knocking. She's a huge star, but I don't know. And I don't hate her. I'm not on a hate train. I'm just kind of like, I don't get it really. And I get a lot of people, but that one I'm like, I don't get it. And the idea of you, I was just remember being like. And I was excited to watch it too. I was like, yes, we're saving it for pizza night. We're going to watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, underwhelming. It could have been so good too, but I want to work with that director too. I want to work with the director of Challengers and that movie. So,
oh yeah,
cast me. They're both good. They both do big projects, so I'm here for it.
Yeah, I could see you in like one of Luca's movies because all his movies are just a little queer and it just makes sense.
I would love. Oh God, I wish I could have been in that movie. I don't know who I would have been because there was no other female parts, but
I guess you could have been the girl that signed up Patrick at the tournament with the Duncan.
Okay.
What else would you be? There was only like 4 characters in the movie.
Maybe the girl at the hotel or something.
Oh, the one that he wants to hook up with?
No, the one that signed him in. It was like, I need a credit card.
Oh, wouldn't you rather be the girl with the Duncan? She's at least nice.
Besides, I like that character because she was like trying to get stuff out of the vending machine for free, and I was like, I kind of live for that woman. That's true. I mean, okay, you're right. I'll take the Duncan lady too.
I live though for like the extras and challengers, like when they were watching the tennis match, like the final match, because they're just like looking left, looking right.
Do they do that in real life? I thought that too. I was like, is that how they actually watch?
I feel like I would get whiplash if I actually did that.
You could have been the person. There was like 3 guys sitting next to her the whole time. You could have been one of those guys.
Yes.
Because I was thinking like how easy that role is. Like you have to be there for. I wonder how long they shot that scene for.
I feel like it must have been pretty quick.
Right, like a week or something.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a week.
Yeah, because I mean, it literally was just like sitting there.
And reaction shots.
Yeah.
And the guys next to her, I just remember being like, wow, they really have an easy job because they had to be there every day they filmed because they had the continuity. And I was like, what a great job. You just
and you probably chit chat in between, you know? It's like, oh,
do you
like,
think? I don't think so.
I feel like Zendaya would chit chat. She seems like a cool, like down to earth,
right,
chatty kind of girl. I think.
I thought that was when she was like dancing. She was surrounded by girls like
that
were kind of playing.
Dress.
Yeah, she looked so good. But I remember like all the girls around her were playing, which I could have been in that role too. I would have been a playing girl. I don't care. But all the girls around her were playing. I was like, oh, I could have been that girl too. You know, just around her. I guess more realistically, I'd be the Duncan girl. I'm thinking like sexy. Yeah, someone that like gets to be in the sexy scenes, like the girl at the bar or something like that to make out with
them. Like 3 main characters and then maybe like 3 other talking roles in the whole film. So I don't know. Like,
but I think of myself in my head, I think sexy girl, but in realistic, I'm like baby reindeer. Like that's who I am more.
Which is
like
another role you were dying to play.
honestly, I'm realistic about it. In my head, I want to be Zendaya, but I'm like, I guess I'll just be the woman taking out the vending machine. It was so good. God, I just want to be in like one movie. I don't even care if it's a small part. I just want to be in a movie.
I feel like it's coming. Your manifestation has been pretty strong lately, so
it has been strong.
Yeah.
And I manifested for our Tesla trucks yesterday in our
I
Instagram
was so
story.
excited.
I see it so clearly. There's one here in our town. I live in a small town, and like literally in the town that I live in, there's like a Tesla truck, and I was like, and Moses said he sees it all the time, and I never saw it, and I was like, we have to go look at it. It's like 200,000 right now. He's like, in a couple months it'll be 40,000. I don't know if that's true, but also, do you think?
I have to go into the store and like really question because the website says they're not that expensive. I think they start at like 40,000. I think on the website.
If you order it, maybe.
I guess, but maybe if Elon like puts in the good word, and I know he's problematic. I'm not endorsing Elon, but I do like the Cybertruck.
We like the Cybertruck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
if Harry Potter fans get to separate J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter, I get to separate Elon from the Cybertruck. Well,
you drive a Tesla, so you
should.
Yeah. I agree. And Kim Kardashian just posted with her Cybertruck again yesterday, and she looks so tiny. I know she got booed last night. Okay, I know that's a whole other thing, but I was like, I want to look that tiny I wonder what I would look like next to the Cybertruck.
I think you look so teeny.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just so big and boxy.
Please send us a Cybertruck. I feel like they send it to influencers. I feel like they do. I really want it. I'm in my not spending era. I'm in my saving money era. I'm in my cheap era. So please send it to us. We have 3 sponsors today. We'll take on a 4th for Tesla.
It's not a cheap era. It's just financially responsible.
Thank you.
I love it.
I have been very financially responsible, and I'm very proud of myself. But I just see myself, like, we have merch coming out, and I just see myself, like, coming out of the Tesla truck and just Trish merch for the photo shoots. Like, I just see it. So I also see myself having, like, skinny legs this summer, and I can fit the Givenchy boots again. And I'll be like, oh, Givenchy boots with the Cybertruck and the Just Trish merch. But it's also promo, so it's also, like, a write-off because I'm doing, like, a Just Trish photo shoot. Like, I see it all. Okay. I want those Givenchy boots too. And after seeing Zendaya's legs, I'm like, okay, gotta get to work after this baby. You know what I mean?
But just don't snap your knee in the process.
Oh my God. That scene too. Because I had a knee injury, and when that happened, I'm just like, oh, it was so intense. And like, you never recover. You can never like dance again. I feel the pain. It's crazy. But she looks so good. She still looked good.
Every time like I stub my knee or like I run into a table or something, I'm like, oh, I pretend I'm Zendaya now. I'm like, oh.
Wait, like recently you've done
yes. Like, oh, my knee.
Oh, yeah. There's like, ah. Oh, I loved her faces, her expressions, her, come on.
Yes,
like,
she's so good.
She's so, her faces, her just, everything about her. That cashmere sweater she wears in the alley scene when he's smoking and asked her to be the coach. Oh, yeah,
with the pants.
Yes. Yeah. It's at Sex Fifth Avenue. It's $1,700, but it looks so good. I love that she has the pants. Oh, yeah. She had like no bra on. I was just like, oh, I want to look that cool when you're like walking away. I want to get the wig. I want to get into that era.
The bob was bobbing.
The bob was bobbing. I want to get all her premiere looks. Like I was like, the other day I was just like, who can make me these tennis ball shoes? Like I just want to do every single look. I know I'll be like 2 months too late because I'm like doing this after I give birth, but I love her. I'm obsessed. I want her on the podcast too.
I think it has longevity though, because I'm sure there'll be like an Oscar push, and then it'll have to like live on, you know.
Oh, you think it will?
I think so.
I love that.
Because it was supposed to be it's supposed to release earlier for like last year's award season, like to run in the award campaign, but because of the strike, it got pushed. So that's why it's out March. But I think Zendaya is such a big star.
Yeah.
And I think they'll want her at all the award shows.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense to push.
She looks so good. Yeah. She's at the Met tonight. Guys, we're recording this on Monday. We always record on Monday and Tuesday. And we're like so sad we can't like review the Met. Well, I'm actually not that sad. I know you were like excited for the Met. You have to actually go in. We're recording early because he has to go into work for the Met. But first of all, I was like, I want to review it. Hopefully I don't get birth. Are we going to be able to review it tomorrow? We're doing it Friday.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you will be okay. Mm-hmm. Are you sure? I feel like you're going to be so tired because you're like working tonight and then tomorrow.
No, it's going to be today's gnarly. Because here I go to work at 2 to 10 and going at 5 tomorrow. But I mean, it's like we have to. It's like it's our duty.
It's our duty. I might have a baby before Friday because I know we had Friday scheduled too. I'm like, what if we? I know. I was like, we got to make sure we do it. By the way, you guys, Oscar wants to work a job. Everyone always says to me like, she should hire him full time. We offer this. We want him to do so much more, and everybody comes for me and it's like, wow, Oscar has to work another job. I'm like, he likes it. He wants to do it. We offered.
Do, and everyone there is like very supportive of like the podcast too. Like my manager loves it.
And we're supportive of your job.
it's like he has an actual job. We were the hobby.
Right.
We were the thing that
The
was
side
happening
job.
kind of, in between. We're happy that it's so successful.
No,
I signed a contract over there before this started.
Yeah. I'm like,
on.
people come for me all the time. Like, she really needs to like let Oscar quit his job. I'm like, we could. We do this every single day. I'd be so down for it. Oh God.
I mean, you want the TikTok ban to happen, so
we're
so
ready for it.
Top, yeah.
But the Met Gala tonight, and I am excited to see what's in Zendaya because I guess her stylist that styles her for all this stuff is like retired, but he only styles her and Celine Dion.
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
Roach. Roach is a legend, and I love like their relationship because Law said that he'll always stick with Zendaya because he started styling her like when she was still like coming up, like a rising star, and she said like she told him flat out like we're gonna rise up together. Like if I get big, like you're also gonna get big. Like we'll always have each other.
Drag Race, RuPaul.
Yeah, he was a guest judge.
I remember that
He
name.
was?
Yeah. I remember that name.
His name's La Roach?
Yeah.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, I think so.
What a cool name. La Roach.
He was also a judge on Legendary, which, oh my God, it got removed from Max because Warner Brothers sucks, but you would have loved Legendary. I'm
What
gonna
is
have to
it?
find it. It's like a voguing dance competition.
Oh.
And Law was like a judge on it, and he is so shady. And then so was Keke Palmer, Megan Thee Stallion. They're all
love
judges.
all that. I would be so excited.
And they were so like sassy and so like cool. I had to find it for you somewhere and make you watch it because you would actually live for it.
I'll go on like TikTok. TikTok listens to us because I swear every time we talk about something, I see it like the next day.
Legendary.
Oh my God.
It's such a good show, but Law is such a good judge.
Is he young?
He's not old. I think maybe like 40s.
Okay, he's not like Bob Mackie where he's like retiring. Because I thought he was retired and I was like, oh.
Just because I think he got tired of the industry. But after Zendaya like got big, especially Dune Part 1, like that red carpet, like he was very in demand. Like so many people wanted to work with him because of what he did for Zendaya.
Yeah.
And I think he just got like over the industry. So he said that he was like retiring, he was done with it. But him and Zendaya will always be working together.
So they're gonna do he's gonna do her tonight for the Met.
Yes. Yeah. And I think
cool.
They said a couple days ago that the dress still wasn't even ready. So whatever they pull out,
How? I feel like they say that for dramatic purposes.
I don't know. Even the Cinderella one that she wore in 2019, like wasn't ready until like the day of, and it wasn't even like completely done. It was. You remember? It was
yes,
like that.
Of course.
Yes.
Was he the one that lit it up?
Yeah, he was
Loved
like the
it.
fairy godfather.
No, it was beautiful. And I did this before I knew Zendaya or Met Gala or anything.
Yeah, she said it was supposed to like have mechanics in it, so it got huge, but the mechanics like never got done in time, so it just like lit up.
So it wasn't even finished.
It wasn't even finished.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought like they finished it like last minute or something on the red carpet.
It wasn't even fully done. So
man, that's
feels like
crazy.
Game of Thrones.
It really is. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's her stylist, and every time.
Oh wait, or Hunger
Games.
Yeah,
Hunger Games. Sorry, Hunger Games.
It's like a Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They might have had stylists on there too. But yeah. Oh, I want him on the podcast. Lenny Kravitz.
Oh yeah.
What's his name in Hunger Games?
Cinna.
I want Cinna on the podcast. He's another one. What?
I want Cinna on the podcast.
I want Cinna.
We know so many of his close friends.
I know Moses is like he knows Cinna in the world of Cinna, and I was like, how? But we gotta use some of these connections you have. I swear, like just go out there.
I'll ask. It's actually the first time I hear you.
What?
Asking for Lenny Kravitz to be on the show.
I talk about Lenny Kravitz like every single episode from day one. I'm like, I want to watch Hunger Games because Lenny Kravitz is in it. Like I've always said that.
Well, we talked about like the weekend and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
but this is someone in your
Lenny
circle.
Kravitz being here. So
I live for Lenny Kravitz. He looks. How old is he? Is he like 60, 50s?
Let's see.
He's.
I would imagine in his 50s because the people I know are in their 50s, and they went to school together.
He looks
59.
Oh my God, he is like ungodly, like how he like doesn't age. Like, have you seen him on like TikTok and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course. When he like works out in his leather pants.
Yeah, he's like working out like leather pants, shirtless, just looking
rock star.
He lives in like Brazil, like driving like a Jeep with no doors. He just looks so cool in every way. I love Lenny Kravitz so much, and he just seems like ethereal. Like he seems like a god or something like that. I just like love him. I don't even like know his music, just his being like strikes me so much.
Yeah.
I just love him so much. We saw a preview for Zoe Kravitz's movie.
His daughter just
What is that movie? What was it?
Okay, I don't know what they renamed it to, but the original name was Pussy Island or something.
What?
Yes. And they had to rename it. They renamed it like pretty recently too. Like the whole time it was being made, it was like Pussy Island.
What?
Yes, Bible, I swear.
It definitely was not that in the trailer we saw.
They changed it, I think, for the release because they're like, okay, maybe we got to make it more like marketable.
I kind of love that name though.
I know, me too.
It's like when Kill Bill had the pussy wagon. I was like, that was so cool. I had the keychain. I was like, yeah, that's so sick. And she's like not in it, right? She's just directing
it, and she's directing Channing Tatum, and they're like together. So
but that makes sense. And I was like, I wonder how they like met and stuff, and they would be like they are such a good looking couple.
Yeah,
it looked pretty good. It kind of was giving
like a little spooky, little
definitely
creepy.
Looked right. Like the two girls were just like, and then the one girl like disappears in the trailer, and I was just like, oh my god, like
Channing plays some like weird, like creepy guy,
like Hollywood sex party guy, where it's like these are the parties you want to go to, you want to be invited by this person. I like those kind of movies because it's like to me it seems so not in the real world, but then you hear about these stories and I'm like maybe that is happening in like Hollywood, like I don't know, it must be based in reality. But I love Zoe Kravitz. Was she Catwoman?
She was Catwoman with Robert Pattinson.
Okay, I kind of lived for her too.
She was good.
Yeah, we saw that Batman movie and I actually hated that movie, but I loved her in it. I thought she was like so good, and I like the guy who played the Joker in that movie too. Was there Riddler?
Oh yeah, Barry Keoghan is the Joker in that movie.
No.
Yeah, but he's just like a small cameo in prison, in the asylum. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but he had like a disfigured face, so you might not. And it was like literally like 30 seconds.
How do you know it was disfigured, or maybe it was just his face?
They showed him for 30 seconds, like prosthetic. I mean, I've seen his face.
Okay, because I was like, some people. There's someone described it the other day to me. They're like the Irish guy that has like the squished in face, and I was like, that's just his face. Like that's not a squished in face. So I was like, people. First of all, his face is beautiful. I love it. I'm not knocking it, but you're like he's wearing prosthetics. Like, how did you know if he's only in it for 30 seconds? Maybe it's not.
It's like because it's like the Joker, like weird, the smile and like all creepy, disfigured.
Okay, I gotta rewatch it. Who was the main villain?
Paul Dano.
Love Paul Dano too. I'm obsessed with him too. Get him on the podcast too. I really do I love Barry Keoghan. Lenny Kravitz, come on the podcast. I have so many dream guests now. I mean, I love it, like Zendaya too, but she's just like so. To me, she's like, I mean, they're all unobtainable, but
Zendaya's like other level now. She's like full blown.
Zendaya, if you want to come on the podcast, I love you so much. You're so pretty.
I don't even know who my dream guests are anymore.
You accomplished it. You're done.
I know. I think I'm focusing like on the girls. Oh my god, I was gonna I know it was Hasan for a long time. He reacted to one of our clips on his Twitch.
No, I don't want to hear about it.
You said the
fact that Hasan didn't tell me, I know it's bad.
Oh no, I just forgot. It was very small.
It was small, yeah.
What is it? What was the clip?
You want him to take a 23andMe to figure out his race or something.
Oh yeah.
Did you say you think he's like Chinese?
I think that's when you said he's Chinese, and then they had like a clip of him being like Chinese or something.
Yeah. I feel like that's a thing that's out there. I feel like I didn't just make that up out of nowhere. But what did he say? He's like, no?
He just said something about like communism or something. He's like, true. And that was it.
At least there's nothing bad.
No, it wasn't.
I'm always scared. I'm always like, oh my gosh, what is it? Okay. Hasan's out. Who's in? Not that he's out, but.
No. I'm focusing on the girls because I love the squad. So, like, let's get Cutie. Let's get Pokimane.
Oh, Cutie, yeah. Well, we have Pokimane coming up.
I know, but I want, like, a round, like, Just, like.
She said she'd come back for Hot Topics, anything. Yeah. Gaming, all of it. We love Poki. How about Rachel Zegler?
Oh, yes. I saw that you even tweeted, happy birthday, Rachel Zegler.
Queen, 23.
So, another Taurus?
Yes.
Right? Wow.
Sabrina Carpenter's a Taurus.
Really? Jimmy, our editor's a Taurus?
Jimmy, when's his birthday?
I think it's the 15th, I think.
Oh my God.
Soon. Yeah.
Zach Sang just had his birthday. Nikki and Gabby, Joey Graceffa. There's Elvis. A lot of Tauruses. Who?
Elvis.
Our baby Elvis. Yes. So many people. It's actually so crazy. Well, happy birthday, Tauruses. I live for that. I was like, Sabrina Carpenter's a Taurus too. I was like, yes. And Rachel Zegler's only 23 and has accomplished so much. And I'm just like, girl, yes. I feel like I've been with her since the beginning because I've been tweeting her since like 2016.
Have. Yeah, you were ahead of it.
I was ahead of it. And I love her and I love everything she's doing. That's why when you compare Anne Hathaway to her, no offense, Anne Hathaway, but like Rachel Zegler's a queen. Like she's just a queen, period. She's 23, okay? So it doesn't even compare. I love her so much. She was in West Side Story with Mike Feist.
Yes.
Yeah,
so she's been championing Mike Feist as well before challenges.
Yeah,
she's been really pushing Mike Feist. She's like, he's going to be a movie star. She was right.
I actually wouldn't have clocked him being a movie star at all. Like, I loved him in Newsies. I loved him in theater, but I would never think of him as a movie star. And after seeing this movie, I was like, bona fide movie star. Yeah. So good. I like them both. Gosh, man, that movie's so good. I want Josh O'Connor on too. He's British. You know what always blows my mind is when someone's like British and they have like an American accent in a movie.
I know, especially when I don't like have context of them like outside of the role.
Yeah, then you hear him talk.
And it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're British. Yeah. So weird to me. And they act so British. Like he acts British in the interviews. Like he just acts so British. And I'm like, good acting. The accents are always kill me when people do like good accents. I'm like, okay. It was amazing. Did you watch the roast last night of Tom Brady?
No, I certainly did not watch the roast. I'm not like a roast person, especially like a Tom Brady roast. I'm like, it couldn't get straighter than that. There's been a lot of straight news this past week.
I was only in queer news this week, so I don't know.
The Tom Brady and then like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff.
I can't even follow that. Everyone's like, oh my God.
That's like the hottest
That
topic,
came everywhere. Last night, that's what I was
really?
watching.
I see it. I think the only person I follow in that world is like Adam22. Like, I don't really know. Like, I just see what he says, and I'm like, or I think Keemstar maybe is like, oh no, like Kendrick, what's his name? Kendrick
Lamar.
They're like, oh, Kendrick will always take the W. Like Drake clapback wasn't good enough or something. And then I like read the lyrics and I'm like, is this even real? First of all, I don't think it's real because it's like, how are they doing verses and full songs in production that quick, like back and forth?
I think it's easier than you think. I think they have the beat. Yeah, they just go in, say some
and the songs are not that good either.
Yeah,
like it's not they're not like good songs.
They're just like putting out these.
They literally that's how they communicate. It's like me texting you in like a song.
What
I think you could do a song really quick if you wanted to.
Well, for sure, but it's like a Trish song. It's not like a Drake or Kendrick Lamar.
Jimmy, drop the beat.
Yeah, I just rap back to him. I would have my new song would just be like allegedly. Are they saying like allegedly in this? Like allegedly, you're with underage girls.
No,
allegedly.
They go full on.
How can they not get sued?
Maybe that's why it's a song.
Yeah,
because then it's like
art
fictitious. It's like a fictitious.
They're like, it's not about you.
Piece of art, and maybe they don't mention a name, but they give you a puzzle where you know who
he literally said
about.
Adonis. Sorry, this man's your father, and it's like, okay, well, literally, Drake has a son named Adonis, right?
Well, that's something that's not defamation. He's just sorry for him. But when
he knows the verses about him.
But he says like he's a P word. That's then
which one said that about who? Who said that about who?
Kendrick says it about Drake. But then Drake responded back with like, I never even thought about Millie Bobby Brown that way.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, wait a minute. Nobody said anything about Millie Bobby.
Oh my God. Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's
This is the kind of news I stay away from. I'm like, let's not talk about that. They scare me. What if they
really?
come?
I think it's all, I mean, I get that like diss tracks like part of it. It just seems so silly to me. And I'm like, it makes me happy to be gay. Because I'm like, this seems like so, just like a lot. Like the version, I was like trying to relate to it, right? I'm like, okay, what would be like the gay version of like this? And it was like Dramageddon. It all goes back to Dramageddon. It's like, okay, Tati posts a video, then James posts a video, then Shane's responding to Tati's video. Like everyone's just like posting a video response right away. Or it's like, the Gabby stuff. It's like Gabby posts something, then you post something, then you post another one, then another one, and then Gabby finally responds.
Okay.
It's like that to me is like I love that beef. I'm like, that is so fun.
Or like Stan Twitter when they show up to their house. Like the Nicki Minaj fan shows up to the other one and it's like, yeah, it's definitely that.
It's like that. That's the gay version of it. And it's fun for gays, but I don't know. They're just releasing songs like so frequently and they're going for the jugular. I researched because I'm like, okay, like let me try to at least talk about it, but I don't know if I can. Basically, all I know is that like overwhelmingly Drake kind of like lost is the vibe that I've been getting.
He took the L.
Yes, exactly.
That's all I see people say.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you can really bounce back from, getting like alleged that you like little girls, And
then you just name a little girl that no one mentioned. That's like, oh, you outed yourself, sir.
And then like the Drake fans, I saw they were posting like the age of consent in Canada. They Googled it. Like actually the age of consent in Canada is 16. So he did nothing. I'm like, if you have to Google the age of consent, you're on the losing side.
If you have to go to that country or that state to make sure, okay, well, it's legal there. It's like, okay, well.
It's like we lost. Honey.
Yeah. Yikes. Oh my God. Is Kendrick Lamar the one that was at the Super Bowl halftime with Eminem and Dr. Dre? Is he short? Remember there was one new rapper with all those guys. It was Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and then there was like one little one that came out at the end.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar was there.
Look at me knowing.
He's amazing. I mean, I do like him.
Oh, you love him?
He's been around for a long time, like a decade, over a decade.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't know him.
And he has like Beyonce on his side. He has Taylor on his side.
Ooh.
So it's hard to
You're done. You have Eminem on your side. You're like at the Super Bowl. Like.
And Drake came from The Weeknd too. So I feel like by default
He did?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like he has a diss track about like the Weeknd.
Oh, he came for. I thought you said he came from. I'm like, they like
came for the Weeknd.
Oh, I thought they were like a duo. Oh, you're canceled, Drake. Drake, you're canceled. You can't come for all these people. Yeah. And why were you friends with Millie Bobby Brown? I don't care if you didn't think of her that way. I don't think you need to be friends with her.
Weird, yeah.
Very, very. I forgot about that part too. I feel bad when their kids like get involved. Like that sucks.
Yeah, but he started it because he said all this stuff about Kendrick's fiance.
Oh.
And he like beat her and stuff.
Oh my God, jeez.
So once you do that, it's like,
well, we're not in the hip hop feud world, but if we are taking sides, I'm going to go with the one who didn't diss The Weeknd, and we're going to go with Kendrick Lamar. I'm going to go on his side. Whose side are you on?
Kendrick Lamar, for
Why?
sure. Yeah.
Because Taylor Swift likes him?
Taylor, Beyonce, like, it's just, like, over. And I just think Drake is corny. And I know. Like,
totally.
Even before all this, I just think he's, like, silly. I can't really take him serious. I know he's, like, a huge artist and very successful and a lot of streams, but to me, he's just unserious.
He's unserious. He just flies out the influencer girls. That's all he is to me. Jimmy from Degrassi.
Yes.
And the weirdo thing. Whose side are you on?
Definitely Kendrick Lamar.
Oof.
But also I've seen videos of like every person Drake ever worked with ended up being like a beef between them. And for some reason, Drake always goes for their girlfriends or ex-girlfriends. Yeah. Like every time. So there's something there about...
Small energy right there. If you have to go for the girls, you're not...
And we've seen it. He thinks it's like humongous. It's not. You're not Girthmasterr Drake.
Right.
So.
We saw the...
Yeah.
What was it? What was the windmill? What was it called?
Wait, what?
Was it?
I said it was like hot dog.
Hot dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
I was like, wait.
We're not here for it. I don't know. I saw that too, and I was like, I just don't get, like, there are certain stories I see, and I'm just like, I can't get into it. I
can't even wrap my head around it. Yeah. I'm very happy to, like, be uninterested in it.
Yeah.
But really, it was, like, the story. I'm like, Jesus. Okay. I guess people are into it, but...
Well, you heard our take. I don't know any kind of Lamar songs, but I'll look into it.
I know. He just collabed with Beyonce on Renaissance Part 1. I remember because he was in the movie.
Ooh,
so I was like, oh, okay.
How's it go?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Eminem has a new album coming out this summer. Maybe he'll come on our show to promote it.
Oh, yeah.
The Death of Slim Shady. I don't think he's come out with anything.
Is
that what it's called?
No, you too.
I would love to. People always bring that up because I think it's been 15 years. I think recently it was like 15 years since
like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and I was just like, I would just love to interview him. He would be so good on the podcast. I don't know. And he hasn't put out anything in like so long. Like, I know people hated that one. The one song I was in, everyone's like, that's his worst song ever. I was like, whatever, but I live for Eminem. Marshall called me up. I was 20 years old when we did the video, but you know, it is crazy. That's actually like 16 years ago. That's actually insane. But we love the hip hop world. What if we become a hip hop podcast, just reviewing all things? What is the hip hop website? Oh God, people always talk about it. Do you know?
WorldStar?
It's WorldStar, and there's also like, it's not the Smush Room, but it's like
the Smush Room.
Not
the Shade Room.
The Shade Room. Thank you. So you knew what I was talking about. I was like, what is it? The Shade Room. There I was like, oh, they were on the Shade Room and this and that. I'm gonna be in the new Shade Room. I just want to be like up on, you know, the news like that. I feel like we're just not on.
We're in the no shade room.
We're in the no. Well, we are in the very shade. Your shade, but all your stuff's in there. It's so funny. You have like the Taylor Swift albums.
I bring it for like a second, and then it just.
I love it. People always see it. They're always like, "Oh, I love the shade button." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's my producer."
I want to bring that.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. Oh yeah.
In here. Room. Yeah.
We're not shady. We're just having fun, entertainment purposes only. I didn't know about any of the straight man news, honestly. I was in my world of challengers all weekend.
I know. What was that? Wait, what was that? Oh, the Tom Brady roast. That was the other straight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because there was nothing on. So I was like, and then I saw everyone on TikTok talking about it. So I was like, all right, let me watch it.
It just reminded me of like when the Vlog Squad would do their roast. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Okay, not even close. They had Kim Kardashian, Kevin Hart.
I don't know if they had.
They have Zayn and Heath. Shout out Unfiltered. Corinna. Oh my God. Why do they do that? I remember when the Vlog Squad would do roast, I'm like, stop. None of you are comedians. Like, what's the point? Like, the whole point is like you have really funny people insulting you. And I'm sorry, Tom Brady's like a little bitch. I'm not going to lie, because he was just like so offended. Like, he literally went up to Kevin Hart and was like, oh, don't say that. He like kept telling me he was getting pissed at jokes. And I was like, it's a roast. Like, you have to like be expected to have like the worst shit said about you. And it wasn't even like that bad. I guess someone commented on the coach. The coach. Yeah. I was like, you know, look at you knowing.
I read the stories. Like, I read the headlines from it. Yeah. Someone made a joke about the coach because he got busted, allegedly, maybe, I guess, in a prostitution ring.
Right. Yeah. And then who made the joke? Was it Kevin Hart or someone else made the joke?
Someone else. I forget their name. It was the guy hosting. Something S?
Oh, I thought Kevin Hart was hosting. He wasn't?
No.
Oh.
Who hosted that?
Yeah, because Kevin Hart was always around. Like, he was just standing around.
He was everywhere.
As if it was his show.
I thought so too. Yeah, I thought it was Kevin Hart.
Jeff Ross. Wait. Yeah, Jeff Ross.
He was hosting? No.
Oh, no, but No, Jeff Ross didn't host, but he made one joke that he was upset about.
It was Jeff Ross who made the joke.
And also Kevin made one joke. Like both of them.
Okay.
I think Jeff Ross made the joke about the coach.
Somebody made maybe the owner. It was somebody else, like an owner of the team. Or
someone who had the allegations.
Yeah, the old man.
Right.
Yeah.
The old man. And he
was at a massage parlor.
Oh, that's what it was. He's like, do you want a massage? And Tom Brady's like, don't say that again or something. I'm like, dude, like, crazy.
And, yeah.
They get so mad. I'm like, it's a roast.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It kind of makes sense, an old man getting like a happy ending at the massage parlor.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I feel like that's the least offensive joke. Jeff Ross goes in. Nikki Glaser, like, those people, there's another guy I didn't know. Some other white guy was just like making these jokes that we're going like in on people. And I mean, that's the roast. I don't know. Tom Brady kept getting offended. I was just like, first of all, I'm like, I don't know Tom Brady. I really don't know him from anything, like whatever. But he just had like not a good attitude about any of it. I was just like, why are you here? Why are you doing this?
It seems so random. I'm like, okay.
I think maybe they don't even want to. Like, it's almost like a humiliation ceremony. Like they are. I think they don't really want to. They just have to.
Wait, but like, what do you mean they have to? No, he like obviously wanted to be there.
You know, there's powers that be. But
why was Kim Kardashian there?
She's part of the same
random.
group.
Random. And she was like in the audience. She wasn't even on the, what do they call it? A day, whatever they call those things. And she was like in the audience. I was just like, okay, so you just come up to roast him. And it was like so random, so weird. I don't know. Her jokes were weird.
I felt bad for her because also the jokes they made about her.
Oh, yeah.
They made some really nasty jokes about her.
I feel like she got like not as bad as some people. Some people.
Bad. Well, I think it goes with character. Like if you're a comedian and you make jokes about yourself, you're fine with other people making jokes about you. But if you're such a like narcissist and you think highly of yourself, and suddenly you're in a room full of people booing you, laughing about you, that's like the worst nightmare for a person like Kim, I think.
Yeah, she definitely, you could tell, was just like, okay, stop. Like that is awful to get booed.
I know.
But why did she compare him to Caitlyn Jenner? Like I didn't get that.
I think they just wrote the joke and it was like,
I'm going to say this.
Yeah. What else is she going to do?
Or she's like, we defend football players, like an O.J. Simpson joke. I'm like, this is kind of random and weird. I don't know. I don't love when like non-comedians do it. Oh, except Pamela Anderson, she was good. But I feel like when other ones do it, they're just like cringy and weird.
And it was just like no relation to Tom Brady.
I guess they said there was like dating rumors, but
I have never heard that.
That's what I thought too.
Huh?
She's like, no, people thought we were dating, or so I was like, what? When? Okay, just looping yourself in here. And has Tom Brady even played? I mean, has he played in like a while? Like it's been years,
I think
right?
He retired, no?
A while ago.
A couple of years ago.
Like who's talking about Tom Brady anymore?
Because it was like a big thing before his Giselle like made him retire or something, and then like he unretired and then retired again.
Oh yeah, like Kevin Hart made a joke about that. Like yeah.
Okay.
Random, so weird.
Yeah. But I don't know why Kim would go. It would be like if we went to like the Matt Rife roast, and then we would like go to like.
Well, that makes sense.
But his fans would boo us though. It's like a room full of like Tom Brady fans, so of course Kim's gonna get booed.
But why would she get booed?
It's just because it's a whole bunch of like straight guys and like Tom Brady fans
that just don't like Kim.
And like Kim is like a very different demo, you know. Like at BeautyCon, Kim would slay for sure.
Right. She gets a no for sure. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like going
not the demo.
Maybe if we go to like a Drake roast or something, I'd be like, no, not this person. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's true. But there was also just random people that I'm like, this is like weird.
It's bizarre.
Someone said something too about Kim, like, oh, she leaving the kids with Kanye or something, and then Kevin Hart got mad at that joke. He's like, don't say that. Like, I think that was a Jeff Ross one. Jeff Ross goes crazy. I only ever see him at the roast though. Like, what else does he do?
I don't know.
Like nothing, right?
Absolutely nothing.
He's funny. I think he's funny at these roasts, but I'm like, why does it? Nikki Glaser too. She's always at these roasts. We never see her do anything else, and I'm like, and they're funny.
They're probably on the road. They probably tour. They do comedy shows. Yeah, that's why we don't hear about it.
Yeah,
you don't hear about it.
I hear about like Theo Vaughn on tour, canceled on tour. Like I hear about, you hear about people on
TikTok because he's on TikTok, but they're just not on TikTok.
I think Bert Kreischer was there last night. Like they just had the most random people. I was like, okay, just very. I guess they have comedians at the roast, but again, why do they do these? I would do it. I love it. I love Pamela Anderson's roast. You remember like Comedy Central used to have them. They had like Justin Bieber, Bob Saget. They had so many different ones. I loved them. I would do it. I'd be such a good person to roast, but I'm gonna be skinny when I'm there. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they roasted Anna Nicole at Pamela Anderson's, and all the jokes were about her being fat, but at least she was skinny when they did it. You know what I mean? It'd be awful to be like fat while they're roasting you. And
also like it's such low hanging fruit, like a fat joke or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like it's not very creative.
Who made a fat joke recently? And I was like, right. There was another one. Okay, fatty. There was someone else, and I was just thinking, like, is fat all you got? Like, they don't have it in my notes. I feel like I would have. I was like, wait, I feel like someone recently called someone fat.
What's her name? Ava Philippi got called fat.
Who's that?
Reese Witherspoon's daughter.
What? What? Who called her fat?
TikTok.
People are freaking wild. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy? The Ozempic?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I think I actually had that in my notes, actually. Did I not put it in my notes? I really wanted to talk about that.
I have it down, too.
Oh, yeah. Melissa, Ozempic, Barbara. I have that. Yes.
Solid notes.
Kind of live for that, actually. Barbara Streisand asking Melissa McCarthy if she's on Ozempic. What a queen.
Oh,
do you think she thought it was a DM?
I really did. It just makes sense. Like, give my regards to like the guy that she was with on Melissa's Instagram, and then and are you on Ozempic?
Love it. What a slay. What a serve. It's such a good question.
Where was it, in the comments or what?
On her, Melissa McCarthy posted on her Instagram a photo of her, and then Barbara just commented straight on the photo.
And then it was deleted. So she's like, oh. But Melissa McCarthy, I think Barbara, she did an apology.
Yeah, she said, she posted on her Instagram story a statement because it went so viral. She said, OMG, I went on Instagram to see the photos we'd posted of the beautiful flowers I received for my birthday. Below them was a photo of my friend Melissa McCarthy, who I sang with on my Encore album. She looked fantastic. I just wanted to pay her a compliment. I forgot the world was reading. So I think she really did just think it was. I think my mom's like that too. I just said the other day, like DMs, my mom will like, if I put a brand, not sponsored, but I put this on my thing, my scrub mommy, and my mom literally wrote, I think she thought she was like, maybe it was a public comment to the company or something, like, I would buy one of these, that's my daughter, like something like that. It was just a DM, and I was like, okay, thanks mom, like slay. But I think she thought it was like maybe a comment, maybe not, maybe she was just saying it to me that I was her daughter on it. It's my scrub mommy. I would love if that went out on, not sponsored, they just sent me, I don't say yes to all PR packages, but I do love a scrub daddy, and they sent this huge box to me, and then they put this little like face of me on there. I was like, that looks so legit. That should be sold in Target. I mean, I'm sorry, that's so iconic. I was like, okay, scrub mommy. I love the artwork.
Right? That's like a lot of work, I feel.
I know.
Thanks for that. I was super excited. I want to go on a brand trip with Scrub Mommy. That's everything.
What do you think they would send you?
Oh my God, I don't know. To go clean up the streets or something like that with a Scrub Daddy. We'll go to New York, or probably just LA honestly needs a Scrub Daddy overview. We'll go do it. I would do it. I love it. I actually do use it. Moza can testify. I always use that in the Power Wash. What's that brand that I use? It's like a lemon.
It's done.
It's done.
Love those. My dad even bought one. He came to our house on Thanksgiving. He's like, this is great. I was like, I know.
His mind was blown.
And it is like, good.
What?
It is great.
I love them. I get them like, I buy those in excess. I'm like, I don't want to ever run out of those. So shout out that. But why did I bring that up? Oh my God, I'm literally like losing my mind.
Melissa McCarthy.
The DM my mom sent me about buying that. Yeah. So we went. I know I wanted to display it. I was like, they're not sponsoring. I was like, okay, well, Liquid Death is sponsoring. Thank you. It's actually really good. It does look cool. It does look edgy.
I know. I do feel like a cool girl, edgy.
Love it.
Tara Yummy vibes.
Yes,
I'm
totally.
so Tara Yummy when I drink this.
Me too. I'm so Tara Yummy right now because she was with Hugo over at F1 this weekend. And I was like,
saw that.
She even texted me. She goes, I love that you're doing this. She goes, yeah, I'm like hanging out with male models. I was like, girl, you're living my dream life. I love Tara Yummy. More than anything in the whole wide world, she's the it girl. She's traveling the world.
I love that you wanted to buy Hugo Boss because of Tara Yummy.
Is it Hugo Boss?
Yes. Right? Hugo Boss?
Oh, I thought Hugo was like its own brand.
Oh, maybe you're right. I could definitely be wrong.
But you know what? I did go to look it up, and it did come up to Hugo Boss. But I'm like, there's no way that's Hugo Boss.
I have no idea. Wait,
because Hugo Boss is like not a cool. Okay, let's fact check. Because Hugo Boss is not cool, but they made it look cool.
But a lot of those brands are coming back. Like Diesel wasn't coming back yet. Like all those.
But Diesel's always been cool. Hugo Boss is like Matthew Broderick. Like I don't think anyone cool wears it.
I can see it coming back.
They had all the cool influencers. Like Lorraine was wearing it. I was very into it. I was like.
Because when the influencers are wearing it,
she looked cool on
giving them to wear it.
That's true. And she got to meet Paris Hilton. She's like on her stuff. That was like her dream girl to meet.
Oh it goes to Hugo Boss. I guess they rebranded because I know there's a Boss and I guess there's also a Hugo now.
They're separating the two.
They broke up.
It's smart though because this did not look like Hugo Boss, but like that makes sense, I guess.
That's so weird. Yeah, I guess. But when you go, I don't know. That's so.
I want to model for a company. Who are we going to model for?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. I guess I model for Fashion Over Curve.
Oh my God. But who? This is how we save Brandy Melville. They get us to be like the spokespeople for Brandy.
How are we gonna fit into it when Brooke Schofield's top is tight for Brandy Melville?
It's like when Abercrombie and Hollister rebranded.
Oh, are they plus size now?
Yeah, they're all inclusive now.
Are they?
It's so funny because all the skinny people they always like. Oh, I miss when Hollister and Abercrombie were like a little problematic. Like my boyfriend says that. I remember going shopping with Daniel with Daniel Ferreira, like when they just rebranded, he was like, I kind of miss when it was like dark and like everyone was just skinny, and I was like,
oh my god, okay, smoking like a skinny person, that's wild. Aloe should also expand their sizes, and we could be their spokespeople.
Yeah,
because like big people can be fit. You know what I mean?
Totally.
You are so fit. You go to the gym, and you're not like big, but I'm just saying, like you're like fit. And I feel like I was fit before I was pregnant. Like I was walking all the time. I was like not breathing heavily. Like I felt like I was pretty fit.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And there's this brand that's called Kind of Fat, Kind of Fit.
I love that. Isn't that a podcast too? Isn't it like Kind of Fat, Kind of Skinny or something?
Oh yeah, not skinny, not
skinny, not fat.
Yeah,
I think like Chloe's been on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the vibe. I'm like, I feel like I fit into that.
I just want the world to be like not having to be so skinny. I love the skinny. I love it. You look great. But I wish we could have like a just normalcy too.
I know. Like the Ozempic craze is kind of getting crazy. Like with Barbara's comment and then everyone telling poor Ava Philippi
that's crazy. Why are they saying that? Because she's literally not fat at all.
I know. She responded like on a TikTok. She got comments saying that she's too skinny and then comments saying that she needs to go on Ozempic.
Oh
and
my
she's like,
God.
Both of these comments are on the same video. And it's like,
that is so weird. That's what I'm saying. There's like trolls obviously for her because she's just not at all.
Yeah.
I hate that. I think we're getting towards the end of Ozempic.
I think Ozempic probably has an army of people going around telling everyone they need to get on
Maybe.
Ozempic.
But
Spam
it's
box.
like sold out. Like you can't get it.
Is it really?
Yeah. I had a friend who was doing like Ozempic proper and then they can't get on it anymore because it's there's like a 3-month delay. That's why
crazy.
Yeah.
I can't.
And did you see there was a TikToker that got arrested for selling fake Ozempic?
No. Who was it? A big TikToker?
Not a big TikToker.
Just someone on TikTok selling it?
Like placebo? Like just fake
no,
she
was getting it from like Mexico. And
but it was really Ozempic.
No, it was like she was saying it was like a Ozempic, but it's
adjacent.
like, one of those like, semi-glutides or whatever.
Dupe.
But her name is Isis Navarro Reyes, and she was charged of selling misbranded drugs in interstate commerce and subsequent delivery.
Oh my
so
God.
she was like promoting it on her TikTok. She was making all these TikToks like showing her like taking it, like injecting herself, talking about how skinny she was getting.
Oh my God.
And she would have people like DM her if they were interested in buying it from her. And she was charging $375.
No. Wow. What a good deal, though.
And,
I would have been like, yes, I'll take that.
It was the injections were infected with like bacteria. So someone actually got an infection from injecting themselves. And then
are they alive?
They are alive,
okay.
but they started doing like once the person who purchased it like reported it, they did like an undercover like sting to Buster.
How many people did she sell to?
I think only 2 have like come forward, but I think there's been a few, and the investigation like is still like ongoing. But yeah, the victim that got infected purchased 30 injections from her.
Oh my God.
And none of the directions were in English on the injections because she bought it from Mexico. But she would send like voice memos telling them how to do it.
She's like, here's the trail.
And then the victim who purchased it was diagnosed with a Mycobacterium abscessus infection, which is caused by contamination of medications.
Oh my gosh.
So now this TikToker faces a maximum sentence of 20 years behind bars.
It doesn't seem like, I guess no one died. It doesn't seem like that much though, right? 20. I guess
yeah.
it's a lot. I guess 20 years is a lot for like a non-death related drug or something. That's like wild.
Scamming. Yeah.
Pretty soon fentanyl is going to be in Ozempic. Like I feel like they're going to just start like lacing everything.
Because it's just so like popular and like buzzy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, but please don't buy a semaglutide off of.
Yeah, let's go to a doctor. Yeah. Let's go get prescriptions. Let's do that wait list.
That's also like the same price if you go to the doctor. Like $375.
Oh, wait, but I thought it was like $1,200.
That's for like Ozempic, like the brand name. But semaglutides, like just in the general form, I guess, the ones that are just made for weight loss are like depending on where you are, like $375 to like $500.
I think we should just stick with Ozempic brand maybe because the other ones seem a little
the
sus.
Ozempic one is for also diabetics, so that's why that one's like problematic. Whereas like the semaglutide is made it's like the same effects, but besides the
diabetic
sugar
part.
Yeah, the sugar
I should go check my sugar levels. Like I never got checked for diabetes. I probably should have. Runs in my family, so
yeah.
I feel like if I was like, what is the word? If I was
what is it? Not
pre-diabetic, or like if I was a candidate for Ozempic. Like I actually should take it. Then I wouldn't feel bad about taking it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, that actually like helps regulate my sugar. But I think I did do one a long time ago and they're like, you're fine. But that's the thing. I always get thyroids checked and stuff and I'm always they're always like, you're fine. And I was like, but why am I fat? And they're like, you just eat too much. I was like, okay. Like eat less. So I was like, that makes sense. Got it. The portion control, as we talked about. God, the portions are insane. By the way, go check out Moses' bolognese recipe on Patreon. It comes to did you edit? You edited it, right? It's so funny because Moses was like, I want to edit it and blah, blah. But then I was like, well, we might need one for this week. I didn't know if we didn't have one ready to go. I'm like, I'll just send it to ask her. It's like, but the thumbnail was great. Moses, you look great in the thumbnail. What was that picture from?
Your maternity photo shoot.
Oh my God, I loved it. He looks like a soap opera star or something. It looks so good. I was like, this is so cute. Thanks for editing that. Was it hard to edit?
No, it was easy. It was cute too. I love when you were serving the portions and he was talking about like, and it's like, you have to serve it on a tray that has the people who's going to eat on its face on it. It was so cute.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's very cute.
I looked crazy. I didn't know I was being in it at the end because I was like, I looked like my ogre self just with my hair up. Just like,
cute.
He's like, let me take a while. It was, I just love it. We should have that tonight. It's so good. That's been my craving. Like, I don't know what it is. I just really love it.
Well, it's the only way you really get your iron.
That's right. I don't eat a lot of meat. Kind of in my vegan era. I just eat pasta. I'm vegetarian more, so I eat pasta and cheese basically. But they said Harry Hamlin, Lisa Rinna's husband, has a bolognese recipe too.
Oh yeah.
People were saying like, coming for that. So you guys should have a cook off. I love Lisa Rinna. She was in. What was she in recently? Was she in a movie we saw? She was in The Idea of You. Was she?
I don't think so.
God, what was she in?
Who is she? What she looks like? Where do we know her from?
Lopez. She was the girlfriend that came in. Remember, she was really skinny. I love her so much. I love Lopez. I was still on. It's such a good show.
You do be promoting
Lopez.
I
love that show. I love the Inky Boys too. I want him to come on too. I forget what's the little kid's name? I like him so much. I want him to be on too. George Lopez was talking about him, and I was like, I love him. I love George Lopez too. Fun fact, I don't know if I should say this. It doesn't really matter, I guess. I used to see him on Tinder all the time.
Really?
George Lopez. And then he was like really him. It was like verified. And it was like when I lived in the Hollywood Hills in this like big scary house, and I would see him all the time. And I was like, that's kind of a slay actually. I probably swiped on him, but it probably didn't match or anything. But I was like, wow, George Lopez on Tinder, so random.
I don't know if I ever saw celebrities on dating apps. I remember seeing Manny MUA.
No way.
James Charles.
What? Did you swipe?
No. He was also on Grindr. I would always see Manny and James.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Gabriel Zamora I would see sometimes.
Oh, he's in the news. He's a hot topic this week.
What did he do?
Oh, you haven't seen him?
No.
He has a podcast with someone named, I was kind of going, this is a little deep dive. Tatia.
Oh, I don't know.
Some girl he co-hosts a podcast with, and basically he lent her money, and there was an argument about basically like he's like, I lent it to you, and I said like, take your time paying it back. She goes, no, you said you gave it to me as like a gift and I could pay it back or I don't have to pay it back or not. He's like, you can pay me back or not. And he was like, no, it wasn't a gift. And it was like a real like fight. They were like co-hosts or something. I was like, this is like awkward. He's like, I don't want to see when I give you money and you haven't paid me back that you're buying Balenciaga or something. And she goes, but you gave it to me as a gift. And then I was like, so then people in the comments are kind of going out there like, okay, yeah, like if you gave someone money, like, can they just spend it however they want? Like, people go on vacations or whatever, so can they spend the money however they want? Because he did, I don't know if he like specifically asked what it was for. Oh, he did actually. I think he did say it was like for her Uber wasn't working, so he was trying to give her money.
Oh.
It was, through like Cash App or something and gave her money. And he's like, just take your time paying it back. And she goes,
so how much was it if it was just for an Uber?
Well, that was the other thing. It's $100.
Oh.
But he said she was shopping at Balenciaga. He's like, I don't want to see you shopping at Balenciaga. I was like, wait, but like Balenciaga, you're not buying anything for $100. Like that's like a couple $1,000s. So I don't really get it. I
get the vibe though. If you think someone is like if you give someone money, try to help them out, like you would just want them to spend more like financially, you'd want them to spend smarter, I think. Right?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Like if you're like, hey, I need to borrow $500, I'd be like, absolutely yes, or whatever. I wouldn't think of you like going out to eat being like, oh, well, he's going out to eat. He hasn't paid me back.
But like food isn't really like a luxury, really. You know what I mean?
Let's say, but if you went to Mastro's that night, and you spent a $500 bill
on just dinner.
But it really comes down to the person giving the money. Some people expect every dollar back, even if it was $10.
Yeah.
And some people like 100, take it, whatever. We work together. I don't care. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a little bit of a difference in what was said. He was saying like, take your time paying it back, and he's like, and he told her straight up like it wasn't a gift, and she goes, no. She goes, I took your word for what you're saying. Like, this is a gift. You're my friend. You can pay it back or not.
Yeah, both of them are in the wrong.
Both of them.
Yeah.
No, I think if you give money, you should just not expect it back. That's what I've learned. Shout out to the drag queen designer dress that doesn't pay me back. Literally, he writes back to me every once in a while and be like, "This week I'm gonna pay you back. I haven't had the money." I'm like, and not at this point.
They're just trying to exhaust you.
Yeah.
I know, and it worked because I was like a month I hadn't reached out to him, and I reached out again. Oh, thank God you reached out. I lost all my conversations, and I'm paying you this week. And I was like, "There's no way it's ever happening." But he's not my friend. He just scammed me. But I think like if you give money to a friend, I don't know. I just assume like they're not going to pay it back.
Yeah.
I don't really lend money that easily.
I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, I would like a close person. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a lender. I guess in general, I don't like to just give money. You know, I mean, unless like obviously someone's helping me or like work with me or something like that. But to just
no, you do, but you always give gifts. You give big gifts to people and money, but you give it as a gift. You never even have a situation where you expect something to come back.
Right. I guess no one really asked me for money either. Like I'm trying to think, like the people I like financially gift, is like glam people or people I work with or something like that. Like at Christmas or birthdays or something. So yeah, I guess no one really asked me. I don't know, but I don't know if who asked me? I don't think anyone's really asked me for money. I guess that's good. Random people online do. Yeah. They'll like randomly DM me and be like, "Can I have $18,000?" I'm like, geez, I don't know if I have that much anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you just expect not to give it back. Yeah, but as someone who I borrowed money from people before, I like want to pay it back like instantly. Like I literally like tomorrow I'll pay you back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've really only borrowed money from like my parents.
I was gonna say like the person that received the money this second, they feel like the person is expecting it back or has some kind of feeling like give it back. Like don't even think about it twice.
Right.
Because obviously that wasn't a gift. Like obviously because the person is.
Yeah, he brought it up on the podcast.
That's why I think both of them are in the wrong. But I'm like.
And is it only like $100? Like you know what I mean? Like I mean. Not only, but it sounds like.
And then bringing it up on the pod. Was it on the podcast?
It was on the podcast. They're like co-hosts. So why bring it up? I don't know. It was very awkward. I was like. A
Shane and Ryland kind of thing. Like let's settle our domestic issues here on the podcast.
That's true. That is so weird. I'm like, why are we talking about it? Shane and Ryland really had become family vloggers. For someone who's very like not about. I know they don't show their kids. I mean, they do a little bit in the vlog, but I'm like every title is like day in the life with twins, my sick twin, like all this like that. I'm just like. It's just so funny to me. And it's like, again, totally fine. I don't care if you show your kids all day long, 24 hours a day, but it's just like so funny. And when people are like so anti, like, this is not our personality. We're not showing our kids to like full on, like just daddy bloggers.
Yeah. They really bit themselves in the, what is the phrase? They bit themselves in the foot?
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, right?
I don't know.
Put their foot in their mouth?
Yeah, either one.
No, not foot in the mouth. Foot in the mouth if you say, maybe it's something. Shot themselves in the foot.
That's why
Yeah.
Just never make grandiose statements. You know what I mean?
Like the first picture, you won't see them much. We're gonna keep it private.
See my baby again. Like,
see him every pose, all this stuff like that. Even we just saw like a recent one too, where he's like there, it's like a 5-month-old picture. And again, cute, show your photos, whatever. But when you say that, when you make such statements, it's like just bothers me so much. I'm like, just don't say it.
Like, and like it's totally fine to like change your mind, but it's again like. We talked about it on Patreon, like when you post the Instagram, like literally like 2 Instagrams down, it's like you're never gonna see my baby again. And then like
it's just all baby photos.
It's like you scroll up and it's like babies. It's
I know. You just it's like you're shaming so many people who do put their kids online and stuff. So it's like you can't just all of a sudden now be like, okay, we're doing that too. I don't know. It's just like it's those kind of things just bother me so much. I don't know why. I'm like, okay, you just really made everyone feel like crap who like makes their whole personality being a parent. And then you just go ahead and do it, which is like whatever. But I don't know. I'm so tired of seeing the edits too of the me and Shane. There's so many edits on TikTok of like miss this friendship, and I'm like, y'all don't even know.
Oh really?
The toxicity of it. When you look back at it, and it's like, oh God, stop making those edits.
I feel like a lot of people now that era's been so far. Like we're so like 10 years now.
We are.
I think it's we're at that point in time where everyone looks back at that era like with rose-colored glasses with like
like I missed this time.
Yeah,
nostalgia. Mm-hmm.
Like it was good, I guess, for what it was. But you know what I found out? Oh, I love when I find out like the identity of anonymous like posters. You know those channels that like are anonymous, right? Like they post like a tea video about you or an exposed video, but you like don't know who it is that makes them. And there was this one channel who made like so much hate videos, and they would be very long videos and very detailed. They got a lot of details wrong, whatever. But I recently found out the identity of this person, and it's like Shane's biggest fan. And I know this person so much, like been on, I don't want to give too much details, but like was close with Shane. Shane like interviewed this person, like it's his fan. And I found out she was the person behind all these like hate videos, which kind of made sense, but like didn't make sense because this was like a year or two after me and Shane had a falling out. But it was like at a different time that I was like getting canceled. It had nothing to do with Shane. And I was like, who is this person making all these like weird, like obsessive, like going through whatever, all these things. And I found out the identity and I was like, oh my God, it's like literally Shane's fan who he's like, I don't know if he's close anymore, but he would talk to and like have communication with. And I was like, oh my gosh, was he like feeding all this information? This is all like conspiracy in my head. Okay. Like this is not all this legend, whatever. Like maybe he doesn't care, doesn't think about me, whatever. But I was just like, I kind of was shook. I kept telling you and then this person kept popping up. I don't know if it's
conspiracy. I think they admitted, like they talked about it and somebody brought it to the surface,
Oh, really? Okay. Because we did see somewhere someone talking about it, and then and now we see this person's post. And I was like, and then I would go on my Twitter and I would type in this person's name, like handle with my name, and I would show Moses. I'm like, look at all these tweets. The person was like so obsessed with like me when I was friends with Shane. Like, oh my God, love Trisha. Like, that would be the person every tweet would reply in a positive way. And then I saw all these videos and whatever, and the person's kind of like disappeared or whatever, like the hate videos or whatever. But I recently just found out the identity. And whenever we find these out of like the identity of like, and there's not like a ton, but there's a couple anonymous people that are just like so obsessive. And then you find out who they are. It's always like a shocking thing. You're like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy that it's like a Shane fan. I'm not saying Shane has anything to do with it, but I'm just saying like it is crazy because that person had such a hate campaign against me and got so many things wrong and people like debunked it and whatever. But I was just like, interesting. Sometimes you just assume you just don't know this person. It's just like a random person that hates you. But I'm like, oh no, this person was a fan turned hater, which is the scariest type of people. When you do wrong, when you talk bad about Shane. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm not really scared of them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the fandoms.
Yeah, it is really interesting how like people shift depending on like if someone they love turns to someone like it's like, oh, it's over, whatever. It is really weird.
They turn.
That's like it affects like every fandom, really, like sports, music, artists, like it just everyone.
The minute you break away from the thing. I think Rich Lux posted the other day. Jeffree posted me on his Instagram story. I just saw Rich Lux being like, are they friends? Are they hanging out? First of all, it's an old photo.
Yeah.
But it is funny. It's so weird. It's but then you start spiraling in conspiracies. You're like, why did they post this picture?
It was really odd though. It was like the timing was just so.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like no context, right? There was no text on the Instagram story.
No, it was just like us in his Urus Lamborghini. I was like, okay. Live.
But that's what I mean. That's like you said, the nostalgia of it. You're just like,
I get it. And
it's kind of like, look at us now. Look at us now.
Look at us back. Like, and that I do fall into that too. Like, it is crazy because it's like, it was fun. Like, I look at that picture and I remember like we went to Taco Bell and I was like, I did have so much fun with him, like Jeffree. And I'm like, you do fall into it because, time passes and whatever. And I think me and Jeffree's like friendship was like more surface level than like me and Shane. So like, it kind of, whatever. It's the falling out wasn't as much. It didn't impact as much. But I don't know. Yeah, I have fond memories. Because I remember like going to Jeffree's house and he'd have like Gucci purses. Just take it. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, I think I do that with like freaking a Stanley Cup or something, but not like
Sandler bag.
Yeah. Take that. But like a Gucci bag, I just remember thinking it was like crazy. But yeah, anyways, good times. It is crazy. Like, the nostalgia of it all.
I know. Nostalgia is tricky because it makes you forget the toxic parts.
Oh.
And I don't know. I know.
Like watching you with David, I was like, oh, that's cute.
Same. I was
like the worst person ever. Yeah. But I know. It is funny. Time is a funny thing. Yeah. I am someone who forgets. Like I truly forget so much. And not forget, but I'm like, I don't remember. I guess it's like a trauma response, right? Not that it's traumatic, but you like block out pain. So you kind of don't like remember it. And then sometimes you have to remind yourself. The other day I had to make a list reminding myself of all the reasons I don't like someone. I was like, let me just make a list real quick because,
it's hard.
The nostalgia will get you. And you're like, yeah, maybe it wasn't that bad. But I always think if you're doing good where you're at, you don't need to like go back. I'm not saying that about Jeffree because honestly, like Jeffree, like I said, we're kind of like surface level and I don't know. We were cool.
So if Jeffree reached out, would you have a reunion with Jeffree?
I know. We talked about this before and in the comments I was like, no. And I was like, I don't know. I'm so like on the fence with it because it's like, because my main issue was like it was like a Jeffree's like acquaintance. It wasn't really like Jeffree, I guess I had a little bit with Jeffree, but it was again surface level. I guess I don't know.
I get it. And there's not like as much history between the two of you. It's like almost easier to forgive because it didn't go like that deep.
Yeah,
like,
it was never that deep. Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier to like look past stuff.
I have a little soft spot for Jeffree when I see him on like TikTok and his little yacht farm. I'm like, okay, like living your life out there in Montana. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I guess, yeah. It's hard. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah. And I don't know. It is interesting. Now I'm like second guessing everything. I'm like, wait.
Spirals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love my life so much now. So to go back, and again, not that I wouldn't even say that's a traumatizing event what happened. It is what it is. Who cares, whatever. But I just it's so scary to go back in time because you're I'm so good right now.
What did he even? I kind of forget.
Yeah. It was just the Vegas trip, not to bring the whole thing up, but just little stuff here and there that just felt a little bit.
I remember at the time though, it was it felt. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I just remember the feelings watching it happen, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a
really?
lot." Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to bring it all back up again. And it's surface level to me. A lot of it is surface level, as opposed to I feel with me and Shane, all that just cuts so much deeper when you kind of look back at all of it. It's the fallout was whatever, but then all the other little things and
Yeah, I get it. I think if I wasn't super close with someone and someone just called me fat and broke, I would be fine.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My one friend, Aaron, my friend Aaron, who called me ugly, I feel I would be as if
really?
Fat, I feel I don't really care anymore. It doesn't affect me.
But would you be friends with him? Would you go hang out with him?
Probably not the same level. Probably more surface level.
Yeah, go have lunch.
Yeah, because even he was my best friend and called me ugly, but
he was also high.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm but then he did friendship dump me. He did say that I don't think we should hang out anymore. So
that's wild. Yeah. Who says that? Just stop hanging out with someone. That's so weird.
The friendship dump text.
Let's have him on.
But I know I was thinking.
I used to like him. I used to like his videos and stuff
that. The Rhodes Bros.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The Rhodes Bros reunion.
Let's get them both on. We know one of them. Wait, that's not the one that's married to Justin.
No. Yeah, Austin is married to Justin the hairdresser, Kristen Cavallari's hairdresser.
Yeah, and podcast host.
Yeah. Oh, he has a podcast?
Yeah, they have one together, or he's on hers a lot or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. They live in Nashville?
They live in Nashville, and he's always talking to her. When the whole drama with her boyfriend came out, he's let her live his life. Justin is the best person ever, because even when I would get canceled, he would be hyping me up. He was really great and awesome. I actually really liked him. And he had good hair, and then he just moved to Nashville.
Yeah,
I think just retired.
Oh, did he?
Just doing Kristen's hair, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he had a product line and everything, right? So
that DPQ, which was such a crazy house. That's how I met them, and they would just do everyone's hair for free.
Oh, really?
Hair extensions, hair color. What? And it was crazy, I guess, just for content. But I remember I got my hair done there. He saved my hair. My hair was balding, and then he saved my hair. And they would just do free stuff. And then quarantine happened, and the house just went away. But it was a fancy, huge house in Beverly Hills. It was so cool to go there. And he did so many people. He did Margot Robbie. He did all these people, and I thought that was so cool. Jennifer Aniston and I guess,
and Miley all the time.
Yeah. And I guess he just made a lot of money and just I'm moving to Nashville. Dates one of the, or married to one of the Rose. I think they're married.
Oh, are they married?
I think so. At least engaged.
Wow.
Because they were on Kristen's show, and I think they got engaged on Kristen's show when she had it. Very Cavallari.
Yeah, I was friends with them. They were on Scream Queens. They just did the Ellen DeGeneres show. And
that's right.
Yeah, they got 100,000 for being gay twins. They just got a lot of money.
Wait, from Ellen?
Yes.
Just for being gay?
Yeah, remember they had that viral coming out video? I think they were called their dad or something.
Oh,
I'm gay.
And she's here's 100,000.
Because it just went viral. It was back in the day when Ellen, anyone who went viral, you'd go on Ellen and you would get a check. Remember
I want to be that show. Only for gay people. Anyone who comes out as gay. Because you remember Naked Tutorials went on there, but then Naked Tutorials she's a bitch.
Yes, and then that's when Ellen the decline.
The decline,
yeah.
And she's very much did she say something recently? Ellen's I got canceled.
She's trying to make the comeback, yeah.
Just don't. You have so much money. Just stay.
Yeah.
Stay away.
But, I mean, it's very Colleen Ballinger coded. They just love being famous, so it's it's hard for them to go out on the negative, not on their own accord, I fear.
That's right.
Also, when they're on set, it's like a kingdom, and they're the king and the queen. That's why so many performers like to be on tour, because you're catered to morning till night. So so now she's just home. You know what I mean? There's no hundreds of fans and crew and hair and makeup and food and everything. Yeah,
that's true. Oh, I would love the catering part of Just Trish, the TV show. That would be so good.
Well, it'd be a personal chef on set.
Ooh, and we could still be healthy, have good food, but make it healthy. You know what I mean? Get the skinny girl version of it. Oh my god, that'd be the dream. I really want that bagel sandwich from the Challengers. I keep thinking about that Dunkin' one. That looks so good, but I don't think it's gonna be that good. It looks so fresh and big, and I was like, that looks so good.
I think we can make it better at home.
I was gonna say that for my birthday. You were like, "Do you want breakfast in bed, or do you want to go out to breakfast?" I was kind of maybe make that bagel sandwich from that movie because it looks so. I had a dream about it, actually. I had a dream for real. This is 100% real. This was last night. And I totally forgot about it until just now. That those bagel sandwiches, it must have been the Just Trish podcast or Just Trish TV show. We had the bagel sandwiches, and instead of the Dunkin', like, you know, the wrapping that says Dunkin', it had the Just Trish, like, wrapping on it, and people were cutting it in half. So our whole audience was getting, like, Just Trish bagels before the show. So iconic. We need to do that. That's
definitely one thing we'll give our audience is food.
Yeah. I have to take the wrappers away. You know, people be just like munching on those wrappers or something like that. But we could give them like sandwiches or something.
Be like an intermission, like when you're in high school.
Oh, we talked about
that. It's
like
a little break to eat.
Well, we talked about that theater. There's an old theater here from like literally like the 60s or something, and has like old vending machine or old concessions. And we're like, oh, and I don't know if it's for sale, but it's been abandoned for like maybe a year. We saw a movie in there when we first moved here, and we're like, oh, we could have the Just Trish Studios in there because it's already soundproof because it's a movie. It's like it's only one theater, right? It's like a one theater movie, and so but they have these really cool concessions, and like we could put we had popcorn and nachos for people who come in and watch Just Trish. Like, that would be so fun. I know. We got to win the lottery. Maybe tonight or my birthday or whatever. I got to win it because that would be so cool. Oh, man, I would love it so much.
Or when, Amazon or Spotify buys Just Trish, that's where we're going to
for sure. I think we're winning the lottery. He thinks we're getting $100 million Amazon deal. So anyways, we'll take either one. Although we just talked the idea of you, and that was Amazon movie.
Yeah, but Challengers also Amazon MGM.
That's great. I noticed that. So are they like joint?
I think Amazon bought MGM, I believe.
Oh, I have connections at MGM.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Period. We have an in.
Yeah, I've known MGM for so long. Not MGM, but like I know this guy that's like head of MGM for so long, and I was just like, maybe he can like get us a show or something like that. He does so many TV shows, and every time I see him, I'm like, I really would like need help with getting a TV show. He's like, I feel like you're gonna get it on your own. I'm like, no, I need you. I need MGM and Amazon. Okay, this is what I need.
We have the one on our own.
Yeah. Because he always says, "Oh, I'm so proud of everything you've done." I'm like, but get me to the next.
Wouldn't you be prouder if we did it together?
Yeah. He has all these judges shows, and I'm like, okay, I love this for them, but also get me on one. Oh my God. After this baby, I feel like after this baby, people know I'm not pregnant anymore. I'm ready to work and stuff. I feel like when you're like pregnant, people are like, even now, people are like, we'll give you a couple months. I'm like, I'll be fine in like 2 weeks. Like everyone acts like I get it, but it's also like I can work.
No, but you're literally working until the water is breaking.
Literally, yeah. We're like guessing every day. I'm like, is it today? I don't know.
I was driving here. I was like, what if before I get there, the water breaks?
Oh my God. Well, it's filming. I know. I honestly like. We thought about having it like on a podcast day because then my mom's already here and then we could go. My biggest fear is like my mom's not here and then I'm like, oh, we have to wait for her and my contractions are awful. So it would be kind of everything. I don't think I could do a C-section with the stones on my eyes though. I think they'll let you go in with makeup, but I think they make you take off bracelets and stuff. So damn. Or the wig. The wig would probably be uncomfortable. They probably wouldn't let me have that in either.
Yeah, do a natural glam in the next few days.
People do glam before they go to labor.
I'm saying they're natural hair and
Yeah, well, keep shaving every day just in case.
What, did you meet Harry Styles?
Oh my God. No, but I would shave to meet Clay Aiken. We watched Unmasked Singer.
Clay Aiken?
Did you see Unmasked Singer this week? Or Masked Singer? They did the unmasking of the Beats. And I knew it. I said to Moses, I know nothing. I never know anybody on that show. I'm like, I know nothing. But I was listening to the Beats. I'm like, I think that's Clay Aiken. All the judges, they cast Casey and JoJo, Boys to Men. I was like, that is Clay Aiken's voice. And the Beats, there were two of them. The Beats came up, and who was it? Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard. Another great time to be queer. I was like, this is amazing because like everything about me went back to 2002 or whenever they won, and I was just like, I loved Clay and Ruben so much, and they were Unmasked Singer, and I wanted to like cry. They were so good.
That's so funny.
I love Clay Aiken. Please come on this podcast. When I tell you, when I was working at Target, so I guess that would have been 2006 they must have been on.
No, I think, because Kelly was 2001, I think, or 2000. I think they were 2001 or 2002.
His album, Invisible, look it up, it probably came out 2006, because I only worked at Target after high school, and I think that was 2006. I was invisible, then I would just watch you in your... I'm singing while he's looking it up. If I was invisible.
2003.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe you probably discovered it in 2006.
That's because I remember my dad coming into Target and buying it for me, and I'm like, I want the Clay Aiken CD so bad.
That makes sense.
Wait, what? Really?
I feel like
okay, so I was right with 2002 originally, but yeah, I was like, damn.
I feel like you're always
I'm a little bit
delay.
behind. Because I remember my dad coming in, I'm like, I really want the Clay Aiken CD, and he bought it for me, and I was listening to it in my car, like going to community college, and I was like, yes, I love Clay Aiken. Okay, well, slay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because I thought 2002 seemed right, but then I was like, okay, 2006 is when I got it. I love Clay Aiken. He was in Spamalot. He is just so good. Were you a Claymate? I loved Clay. You never liked him?
I only liked the girls on American Idol.
Oh my God, that is so crazy.
Yeah,
that's
like
so
I loved
weird.
Kelly Clarkson. Season 2, I forget who I liked. I loved Carrie Underwood. I loved Kelly Pickler, Catherine McPhee.
Kelly Pickler. Why'd you
Everyone
laugh
with
at
a
that?
K.
Huh? Oh,
Kelly,
yeah.
Catherine Kelly.
I was like, why'd you laugh at Kelly
Jennifer
Pickler?
Hudson, I loved.
Well, yeah, icon queen.
Kimberly Locke, I think I liked on season 2.
Me.
She was 3rd place.
Literally my twin.
Oh, yeah, your twin.
My doppelganger. I remember that because everyone said I looked like Kimberly Locke back then. I was like, okay, I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I liked her too. I did like Kimberly Locke. I loved. You didn't like Clay?
No.
That's so weird.
I don't really like guy singers in general, though. Like, I never liked a guy
that is
on
except
American Idol.
Okay, One Direction, but
Yeah. One Direction, I think I just bought into because I didn't like them on X Factor, but I liked them
they were
out of X
horrible
Factor.
on X Factor. I saw a performance the other day of they were like all in different keys. It was I think it was X Factor, and they were singing the Roman Catholic Choir singing. Did you ever see that one? Oh my God, it was so bad. I literally commented, I had like 10 comments on it. And I was like, oh my God, this is my new Roman Empire. I need to know everything about this. Why did they do this song? Why was it all horrible? Everyone's off key. No one's singing good. The solos were terrible.
It was cute. So
they weren't even cute. They're like, da da da.
At the time, they were like so cute. I remember like, they were cute for 2000, what year was that? 2012?
They looked
2013?
wild.
At the time, they were serving.
They looked like they were giving PETA from the Hunger Games, like having bread outside in the rain. Like that's what they were serving. I was just like, this is not a vibe. It was giving Newsies. It was giving not it. I was shook, and it was so bad. They were so bad. I'm like, what?
I know. I was getting sick of them because I kept making it to the end. I think they got 4th place, I want to say.
Oh my God.
5th, and they were beating out all these like people that I liked. And then I was like, oh no.
I
was
think
really
that's...
rooting for Cher Lloyd that season.
Oh, yeah. She was on, you said,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty privileged.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, my God. That reminds me.
What?
The pretty antithesis of pretty privileged, pretty cursed. Did you see this guy that was hired at the Met Gala as a greeter? That he got fired because he was too hot.
Wait, what?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They told him that? They're like, you're too attractive?
He was too distracting.
They said that to him?
Yes. Because he was a greeter. He was Kylie Jenner's greeter on the red carpet last year at the Met Gala, and they hired him again for this year's Met Gala. But then a couple weeks before, he was fired, and he said it was too much of a distraction because he was the one that was going viral. Like it would be videos of Kylie, but everyone was talking about the guy in the background because he's like a model. He's an Italian model.
At the Met?
Yes.
I remember like girls serving water in the background being distracting.
That was the Golden Globes.
Oh, okay. I remember that. I was like, okay, but I don't remember this guy. Was he hot?
Yeah, I mean, he's a model. He's so hot. Like, he's just beautiful. And
that's so
there
weird.
was all these tweets. It was like Emma interviewing people too, and like, oh, I'm so distracted by the guy in the background. He was just
don't they want that
there.
though?
They want people to talk about the celebs, I guess.
So why don't they just invite them to the Met Gala?
Let's see. Yeah.
Ooh, the model in the back.
Well, the tickets are so expensive to the Met Gala, so I don't know if he can afford it.
Well, someone could sponsor him, give him the money. Anna Wintour could probably do it or something. How much are the tickets?
$30,000.
Where does it go? Where does that money go
I
to?
think it goes to the museum, I believe.
And what's the museum?
The Met. The Met Museum.
What is that? Where is it? What does it do?
It's in New York.
It's just like a fashion museum.
Do they have art there? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember seeing like Egyptian artifacts at the Met, and I mean it's one of the most established museums in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's all a scam. The money, like that's,
Moses says that about the art world. He says they all launder money for these
we
things.
watched the Palm
Royale.
Palm Royale.
We didn't finish it. Kind of boring. Bored me. But I know it from Never Been Kissed. He's like, yeah, my dad used to always take me to the Met, and she'd be like, I love baseball. Do you remember that?
No.
You never saw Never? Oh, it's so
I have
good.
seen it, but not in a long time.
Oh, God,
it used to be
so
on like
good.
E all the time.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Michael Vartan, Drew Barrymore.
But I know like the Met Steps and Gossip Girl, that was always where they ate the yogurt.
They're always there?
They always ate yogurt at the Met Steps, and it was like a whole thing. Like Jenny Humphrey would want to sit with Blair at the Met Steps, and she'd be like, "You can't sit here."
Why?
She was worried that because she was like poor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Taylor Momsen
Yes.
person? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so so stupid. So the stairs going up is the actual stairs to the Met Museum.
Museum, yeah.
So when they get up the stairs, they go into the museum.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then you look at art and fashion, I guess. And one of the rules for the Met, too, is like you can't touch the art or you get banned for life. So there is art there. Yeah.
Okay,
or
so
you can't smoke because then you could damage the art.
Well, you shouldn't be able to smoke anywhere. Do they have dinner in there?
They do have food technically. Keke Palmer, I think last year, posted photos of the plate though, and it was literally just like lettuce. It was like nothing.
No one's gonna actually eat a pasta dish.
No one's actually gonna eat. And Priyanka Chopra said that like her big issue was like she was expecting to eat. She was so hungry. I think she was trying to be relatable. It seemed a little like girl trying to be relatable vibes to me. She was like, I went and then, because she was telling this on a talk show, this whole story. She was like, I was so excited for the Met Gala. I was so hungry. And then I went, but there was no bread basket. So we went.
Oh, yeah, that sounds very pick-me.
Yeah. And she was like, I was so hungry, but my husband, Nick Jonas, ordered pizza.
Did she say it like that?
No, I'm just like clarifying in case anyone doesn't know.
Nick Jonas.
He ordered pizza when we got back to the hotel, so it just seemed a little bit too relatable to me, you know?
It's like we ordered the big pizza, yes. Ate all of it that night. It was so much better than going to the Met.
But I don't think anyone's really eating there. But there are photos of like celebrities smoking in the bathroom though, and they aren't banned. So,
Ooh,
like,
which ones?
It was like Bella Hadid. Like
get away with it.
Girls, yeah.
I think if you're pretty and skinny, you get away with anything.
Were they like vaping or smoking cigarettes?
Smoking cigarettes, like 2017.
Yeah, what? Like,
yeah.
first of all,
there would be like fire alarms and stuff.
No, for sure. They need to be like challengers where they put the thing over the fire alarm. Everything is challengers to me. I remember that movie so vividly. I loved all of it. Their feet. Why were they picking their feet? But it was kind of hot too. When guys pick their feet, it's usually grosses me out. But when they were picking their feet, I was kind of like, that's kind of hot. I don't know what it was. I remember it. I was like, oh, that's so hot. It's very weird. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, smoking in 2017. Like, I don't know, like cigarettes. Although vape, they say is worse because of the chemicals.
Yeah.
I know everybody, like literally everybody vapes, every single person. But
literally everyone.
All the models smoke.
Yeah. Isn't it make you skinny or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, curbs your appetite.
And
I'd rather be fat, honestly.
Yeah, than dead.
Yeah.
Because you get lung cancer from...
And it's just like you smell and like the secondhand smoke.
Oh. No, I've tried to like look cool or for music videos and it's just like so disgusting. Like, I don't know. I'm not...
No, you can't. I mean, if somebody smokes a block away, she gets like sick.
I get so sick. It's so crazy. Like, that's true. Yeah, we had friends. We had like a group of friends that were like really big into smoking, and they would smoke outside just at like valet. And I literally would be sick for like a week after. Like, I could not catch my breath. I couldn't breathe. It's like so weird. I don't know. Good thing I don't like alcohol and stuff. Not to say I'm like better than anyone, but it's like I would be such a mess if I was like into alcohol. I'd probably be like drunk all the time, and cigarettes. That's why food is like my only vice. And I'm like, okay, fine. Whatever.
No, I get it because I also have like an addictive personality. I always say that too. I'm like, thank God I never had an interest in like any like alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, or anything.
Yeah,
I do have an addictive personality, but it's just like I don't know, silly stuff, I guess.
You're like, what do you like? Squishmallows? What do you collect?
Oh yeah, I did collect Squishmallows for a minute.
What are you into now?
Like Monster High. As
oh
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, did you get those dolls? Are they out?
The Addams Family one?
Yeah,
they're
I
out
want to get
Thursday.
this. Oh my.
Yes,
Ooh.
I'm on it for us. I'm gonna come through.
Do you think they'll sell out?
Yes. RuPaul is having a Monster High doll.
No.
Which I have to show you later.
Is it RuPaul?
It's RuPaul.
I kind of gag for that.
For Pride.
What did he just do on? Oh, that's gonna be everything. He just did something on TikTok or something. Oh, he did Chapel Roan. Did you see that sound? I was like, now she's really gonna blow up. I'm like, damn, I don't know if we're gonna get her.
I know. I'm like, because July. I'm like, hopefully she doesn't get bigger by July.
I know that happens though. A couple months makes all the difference. Tesla trucks are going down. Chapel Roan is going up. It's gonna be so hard. July's gonna be a crazy month. It's your birthday in July too, right?
Yeah,
that's so exciting.
We need the Cybertruck and Chapel.
Oh, and the mattress. Bring the mattress, the Tesla truck, and Chapel Roan, please. That's a manifestation. Are you at the end of July? You're Cancer.
Yes, July 14th.
God, why?
Yeah.
I should remember that. My daughter's birthday is the 14th. I should remember July 14th.
There's so many people
in July too.
So many of our viewers have your birthday.
Really?
Wait, really?
Like I can't tell you how many comments I've seen that they have the same birthday.
I think they're lying. There's no way. They're just like, that's my birthday too. It's like, no, it's not. I love that Moses sees every comment. He sees all the comments, which is great. I see a lot of them too. Because he'll be like, "Do you see this comment?" I'm like, yeah. I try to check, but you see all of them. You see everyone.
I've been trying to check like DMs and stuff more, or like comments on Instagram and stuff. Girthmasterr followed me.
No way.
Right after the episode went up, actually.
Oh my God, what did he say? Did he DM you?
I think he wants to come on, but maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we challenged him about.
I remember even after that episode, I was having most of like, I kind of don't get it. I still don't really get what it was. I'm like, I don't get it, but I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
I guess if you saw the photos, it would. But
I'm probably good on that.
Like,
I'm good. I saw challengers.
Yeah.
I don't need a girth.
And he is like a large guy in general.
Did you DM him back?
I followed him back, but I was kind of shy. I didn't really know what to say.
What do you say to that, really? It's kind of like,
I've never talked to someone who's, like, peen I've seen, I think. I mean, like, in, like, just, like, a
he doesn't know.
That's the first thing you know about that.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't really get it, but okay.
I feel like it changes the dynamic for sure.
For sure, like, yeah.
I don't know how I could look at him knowing
not
what's
good. Yeah, that whole thing was weird. I was like, no. All right, well, tea on that. Tea on the Met Gala.
Do you want to know the two people who are completely banned from the Met Gala? They're so random.
Well, do I know? No, I don't know.
I don't think you would know. Tim Gunn, randomly.
Why? I get it, but why?
He's
banned from the show, too.
He exposed Anna Wintour, I guess. He talked about how, like, at a fashion show, these big, huge security guards carried her out, like, down 5 flights of stairs because she didn't want to walk.
Oh, I mean, that's
Anna
slay.
Wintour, like, it was like, hell
no.
no.
Never again.
Yeah.
We love Anna Wintour.
And then Donald Trump was the other one.
Just because he's...
It was when he was president, so I guess Anna just was like, no, Donald Trump. But he's been before, like, when he was just, like...
The Apprentice.
Businessman, yeah. But a lot of people said they were never going to go again. And then, like, Gwyneth Paltrow said, I'm never going back. And then she went back, like, for 2 more times.
Why do they say that? Why?
Everyone says it's, like, a little too hoity-toity, like, you know, like, stuck up.
I mean, yeah, if you're looking at it that way, and I totally get that, too. It's a little, what do they call it? What is that called when you're so out of touch with, like, what the economic state of the world is? Like, when you're...
It's like very Hunger Games vibes.
Very
like,
Hunger Games. Like
capital.
there's right. Yeah, totally. And you're just like, wow, you're spending not only $30,000 for the ticket, but the dresses, the glam, the event itself. Like it's just like, yeah, it's a little bit tone deaf. That's the word. Yeah, it's like, and especially now, just because I know from TikTok and stuff like that, it's just like, I know we're going through like a little bit of a financial crisis. The economy's crashing, and it's just like, I think you sent me something. Someone said that it's like no one cares anymore about like flashy houses or flashy cars. It's like they really just want to see like normal people being normal with families and stuff like that. And I think that's the real wealth, is if you have love in your life.
Yeah, it is like, it's just a lot. And I get it, like the entertainment perspective, like a lot of like the girls, the gays, it's like the Super Bowl, you know? But it is a lot, like how much money it all is, you know?
You're going to spend the whole afternoon doing this.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah. You like 12 hours deep into this. That's crazy. Even when you talked about doing, because we thought about maybe doing another Hot Topics this week, but my birthday's this week and it just didn't like work out or whatever. But I was like, I don't think I could like talk about it for more than 20 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah,
like
honestly,
it's like a lot.
Because it's just like, like, what do we have to say about it?
Well, they're all skinny. So you'd be like, she's skinny. He's skinny. She's skinny.
Well, she looks really
Good
skinny.
For him,
so
he's skinny. Good for her.
True.
She's skinny.
Has there been any fat people that went to Met Gala?
Lizzo went and she said she doesn't want to go back. Mostly skinny. I feel like they've lately been a little bit more inclusive. With like, you know, drag queens.
Really? Who went? What drag?
Violet Chachki and someone else went. I forgot. Maybe Simone? Maybe Simone.
Oh, okay.
I know it was Violet and someone else went semi-recently. I think the camp years. That was 2019. So, I don't know. I feel like they're getting a little bit more inclusive. Anna Wintour said it's like they try to be very like culturally relevant with like the guest list. Like they try to just... whatever like the time is, you know, so that I think is good.
You think the Chick-fil-A girl will be there? No Chick-fil-A sauce? She should be. She's the most relevant. You know what I mean? Like seeing her there would be everything. No Chick-fil-A sauce? I like that. I like they should be that way more so. Like have the A-list, but also like have people that are relevant.
Totally, yeah. Emma
Daniel Prada
hosting it.
And Connor Franta
together, same designer.
Yeah,
set up the same
would be
table.
Iconic. That would be iconic for sure.
Because like they'll do like the obvious, like Emma Chamberlain's always there. I'm sure Liza Koshy again.
Well, Emma hosts, right?
Yeah, she hosts the red carpet.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, that's insane. Like she was like a YouTuber and like in her car eating vegan fast food.
And I think this is, I want to say her 4th time doing it.
Damn, good for
her.
her.
A long time. Yeah, I thought maybe they would switch it up to like the chicken shop date girl Amelia, because she does like all the award shows. I'm like, maybe they'll use her, but no, they're still with Still with Emma. Vogue loves Emma.
I mean, I get it, but they should change it up. Like Liza Koshy did it for so long, and it's like I think it's like a good change.
Yeah,
And like you said, Chicken Shop
Palmer
Girls
did it once.
Yeah,
she was really good.
Isn't that where that sound come? Like the Stallion? Oh wait,
which one? Yeah. If it ain't the Stallion.
Yeah,
you know it's your girl.
Yeah. What was the Timothy one?
Timothy shot his shot with Keke Palmer, but it was when I think she already was with her ex.
Wait, what did he say?
He was like, oh yeah. Shout out to mom. You know, we met each other, right? They did like a Teen Vogue shoot when they were like on the come up. I think Timmy just did Call Me by Your Name, or even before Call Me by Your Name.
I didn't know.
He's like, yeah, we did like a shoot together, right? He gave her like the up and down.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, but did he actually hit on her? Was he like, do you want to go out sometime or no?
No, but he was like really flirty. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Didn't know that about him.
Yeah, he was really going for it. Like, it was the up and down was where it was like.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't picture him like that at all. Are they having a baby?
Did
we talk about that?
We talked about it, yeah.
Okay. I was like, are they pregnant?
You think yes. They sources say no.
Oh.
The grocery store clerks say yes.
Yes.
So
Tosh Point believes. Okay, got it. Okay.
So we don't know.
That's random. I can't picture it because I just knew nothing about him, and I just can't picture him being like that.
A dad, yeah. Oh, you mean like Playboy, like
that too. All of it. The dad,
I
the Playboy of it. Yeah, it's so weird.
It is really weird. Because I don't know. I mean, he is like movie star now. Like he is like a baby Leo DiCaprio almost or something.
Really?
He's like the highest grossing actor, I think, right now.
That's wild.
Had Dune, Wonka, like back to back.
Oh, that's right, Dune. I guess I should see Dune. I loved him in Wonka, but I've never seen him in anything else, so I don't know. Maybe he is really good, but I just can't picture. I get him and Zendaya's boyfriend mixed up. Tom Holland.
They are very similar. Yeah, English and
short.
Like, yeah,
tiny.
Well, Timmy is American, or French, I guess technically, but
they're European.
Yeah,
same continent. Same thing, kind of. Oh, okay. Yeah, they give me similar vibes.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
so many British people. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of British people in Hollywood.
And Mike Feist looks like he would be British, but he's not.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it's like just his complexion and stuff like that. Yeah. His face, he looks European for sure. I don't know where he's from, actually. I'm surprised I don't know where he's from. I just know he is a Broadway kid through and through. I love him. He should have been in the movie. The guy who played Connor and Dear Evan Hansen was just like not good in the movie version. It was just horrible.
Oh, I forgot they did a movie on it.
Did you watch it?
No. I saw a video making fun of it, or like a reaction.
Well, people came for Ben Platt because he was like
old.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be like a high schooler, and
I
get him wanting to play it, but he did look older than a high schooler.
He kind of fell off after that, right? I feel like it was hard for him to recover.
It was weird. Yeah, people really came for him. I was like, damn, that sucks. Because he originated the role and he's so good at it, but it's kind of like Kristen Chenoweth playing like Linda in the Wicked movie. It's like, okay, like Linda's supposed to be in like school. Like it just wouldn't make sense. Even though she's iconic and she's the originator, but you have to keep up to the standards.
This is so unrelated, but before I forget, did you Alisha and Remi
shout out our
queens.
See
that they want you on the podcast?
No!
They wanted to collab. They commented on the Brooke YouTube video, and they were like, "You should have Trisha on." No, they posted their Brooke interview like a week after us, and then someone commented like, "You should go on Just Trish," and they're like, "Oh, it's our dream."
Oh my god, I would die. I think I'd be too nervous.
I'd be
so nervous. I feel like they're like untouchable. That's why I don't mind talking about them because I'm like, oh, we'll never interact, we'll never cross paths. But I feel like if they were here, I don't know. I feel like just them sitting with me would get them canceled, and I'd feel so bad. You know what I mean? Because they're so squeaky clean. People like love them. They're so unproblematic, and I feel like that's the one time I would feel actually bad. I'd be like, actually, don't come on because it just might not be a good fit because they're so like. Yeah, they're those girls that are just perfect and squeaky clean, and I don't want to tarnish them. And anyway, I just love them. I do love them. I don't know. They're just so like they're just so not problematic, and I don't know how to deal with people like that. Like I feel like the girls who come on, but you know what? You always get surprised, right? You always get those girls that do look like squeaky clean, and you just find out like every girl has issues. You know what I mean? And I'm like, but also too, people like to open up, and I don't want to open up too much if they don't want to share something, and then it's like, oh my god, I opened them up too much, and now they're vulnerable, and now it's my fault, and I don't know. I would love it though.
And they also shouted you out in Tana's vlog randomly too. I was
what
like,
did they say? Oh my god!
They just randomly like, oh, we love Trisha. And they're the one that brought you up in Tana's vlog.
Wow! I'm shook. I'm more shook than I've ever been. I don't think I would be more. I don't know what to say because they're so perfect in every way. Shout out Remi and Alisha Marie. You girls are the perfect girls, and I don't want to tarnish you in any way. I would hate if they even got one single hate comment where they were with me and they're like, ooh, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, if I see one bad comment on theirs, I would feel so bad because they are perfect and they are well-liked by everybody. They're clapping with Zayn and Heath and don't even get any hate. And I was just like, oh, man, I just don't want to tarnish it. You know what I mean? I love them, though. I would love to ask so many questions to both of them. They're both just such queens.
I know. I love them.
I'm down. I'm down. That'll be our first guest back, season 2. Do they both come on? Do we do one at a time?
I know. It's almost like the canceled girls all over again. Like, do we just separate? Like, it almost be like... I don't know. Your specialty is one-on-one. I like one-on-one, but together. I know. I do want Brooke and Tam together. They're just so freaking busy. Like, I would love them in their big gold chair together. That'd be so cute. I like watching their individual ones, too, because I've seen Remi individually, and I've seen Alisha. I think that Joel Vulpes, he always gets everybody. You know that guy from the Vlog Squad? You remember him? Yeah. He does, like, a podcast and gets, like, really good guests, like Backstreet Boys and stuff. Oh, yeah. But Riley Arnold, he gets all the time.
But, like, doesn't pop off, and I don't really understand why he got Alisha Marie on. Like, he gets... I think Matt King had them on, like... Maybe he had Remi or Alisha. I don't know. So they get like big guests, but it's like weird they don't pop off. Like specifically Joel, like he gets like these big guests. I'm like, okay, so like what is the issue? What's the disconnect? I don't know. Anyways, I want to see their set. Was it Brooke who was telling us their set?
It's like in an apartment or something.
It's kind of big, right? They said it was huge, and I was like, I want to see this. I really like them. Oh my gosh, I want them to come on.
I remember I interviewed Alisha.
You did? Wait, what? When? Do they know this? That's so funny.
Yeah, because Alisha followed me after I interviewed her. Because I was like, how are we mutuals? And I remembered I interviewed her. It was like Alisha Marie's Guide to Surviving Coachella or something.
No way. And that's what you interviewed her about?
Yeah.
What year is this?
Oh my God. I want to say 2017 or something.
And did you just like DM her, email her? How did that work?
I knew her publicist because her publicist, they had like all the influencers at the time. I think now they've gone solo. Like he just has like Remi and Alisha. I think.
Oh, love that.
He like broke out on his own.
He's like, they're big enough. I don't need anybody else.
Because he was at the same firm that had David and like the Vlog Squad and like.
I remember that one. Yeah. What was it? Was it like A-list or something or A?
It was like it was letters, but I forgot the letters.
Right, I can't remember.
Metro? Maybe it was Metro actually.
Oh, Metro. That was a big one. I think Colleen was with them too.
Maybe it was Metro.
I mean, they definitely were with someone called Metro at one point. Yeah. The Vlog Squad.
But yeah, I remember about.
Where'd you interview her?
It was at Access Hollywood. She came in.
My God, how was it?
I think it was great. I mean,
I want to watch it.
Yeah, I know how to find that one. That's an oldie. It's funny, like the memories unlocked as like we talk about something. I'm like, oh wait,
you've interviewed everyone already. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I actually would be nervous. I would be nervous. I do get nervous. I get nervous sometimes. Like when I see really like I like off the top of my head, I remember like Lauren Gray, Olivia O'Brien. I was just like, oh, they're really like unproblematic. They're really like beautiful. Like I don't know if I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. And then they come on and they, like I said, like hot girls have issues too and stuff. So I feel like with Remi and Alisha, like I do want to know the deepness that, you know, because Remi's really open. She talks about her PCOS and all that stuff like that. So I really like her. But I feel like Alisha, I don't know. Does she ever, I don't know if she goes deep.
I don't know if she does either.
And I know like, and probably by choice, right? Like you just want to keep it fun, whatever. It's like not even a bad thing, but it's like, God, there's so many questions I want to know, like about all of it.
Especially, you know, the girls who've been doing it forever, like literally, they were what, teenagers when they started? Yeah. I want to say, right?
Yeah.
Like, the people who've been around that long, like it's just, you're exposed to so much that there's no way you avoid like all the.
Yeah. The drama and also like growing up as an influencer, like becoming like you're a teenager or you're presenting to teenagers, right? Like I want to say Remi might have been in college, but she was still, or maybe she was in high school. I don't know. But I remember like they do videos like back to school, but they're not like in high school.
Yeah.
And so it's like how you go from that, like you're catering to like Ava Gutowski, I think she talks about it all the time about being like this like influencer for kids. And then now like becoming this person and like you're not a role model anymore, but she's like 30 and she's like, okay, well I need to like live my life. So it's like, like how do you grow up? Like do you, I mean they did because they do the podcast, but I'm such a stan. Oh, I'm so curious now. I want to know about it. And Remi has drama sometimes. She did have the drama with Zach Justice from the Dropouts podcast. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh yeah, there was tea on that. And then Zayn and Heath like brought him to her at Laura DIY's wedding. There was like drama and
I do remember hearing something about the wedding.
Yeah, but there wasn't like, I guess it wasn't like drama. They didn't go into it, but I want to like, not that I'd ask about those. But you know me, I don't ask the hard hitting questions, but I just, there's so many questions. You know what I love is when I have these people come on the podcast, beautiful, all these wonderful influencers, and they give so much. They said good, but then there's like such good tea afterwards. Like they're like, actually, let me tell you about this, and this. I'm like, God. Like, and I totally get why they don't want on the podcast, but I always get such good tea after. I was like, damn. And that's what I really love. I do love that part of the podcast where it's just like they give me all the tea after.
Yeah, I love just knowing things. I'm like, oh, wow.
Me too.
Like in the loop.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a good trusted source. Like, even though I have this podcast and I have a big mouth or whatever like that, I feel like people tell me stuff and I, like, keep it tight-lipped. You know what I mean? If I'm not supposed to say anything, I've kept the secrets of, I guess it's not secrets, but when we talked about tea with Tara, Yummy, Jake and Johnny, Brooke, and I'm just like, and Tana, I'm like, I feel like I keep it locked down. If they don't want me to say something, I keep it locked down. You know what I mean? Even though I'm bursting at the seams to say it all the time. Luckily, I'm busy and I have a life now, but I just, I think back in the day, if I didn't have a life, I'd definitely be the one to insinuate and hint. I'm like, I don't know, but this influencer who recently modeled for Hugo and was in a Landon Park, like I would be so. That's even when I was
blind items would be like very specific.
That's why I was even with Shane's fan. I'm like, I don't want to give too much information because someone will find something, and
oh my God.
I'm also like not scared of that person, but also like, it's like talking about someone like that. It's like, oh, don't summon them up again. It's like Beetlejuice, But anyways, we love everyone who comes on Just Us. I'm shocked. I'm shook. I'm glad. I love to be in the good graces of beautiful, unproblematic girls. So, and they look great. And Lana Del Rey loves them. They slay at Coachella. They stay out of problems. We love to see. We love to see it. I like it. They should be at the Met Gala. If anyone should go, it should be Alisha and Remi.
They would serve for sure.
Yeah. Love them. I would love to see their outfits. God, I want to go. I want to go to the Met Gala.
I wonder if Gypsy Rose would be at the Met Gala. She is in the
She is the it girl. Well, she's in LA now, so unless she's going back to New York.
You know how quick they can get a jet. Kim was in LA filming that roast. I'm sure she's gone.
I don't think she's going to go tonight. I think it's just Kendall, right? Was the only one invited?
Kim is 100% going to the Met Gala.
I say no.
I mean, it's so annoying because like I think at the time like it's literally gonna be happened already. I think there's no way she doesn't go.
I heard from a reliable source, aka my mom's Facebook news page, that Kendall is the only Kardashian invited. Didn't she say that?
Kylie's going.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's confirmed. I'm gonna trust my mom on this one. She usually knows. Usually I'm like, okay, mom, whatever, and usually her Facebook news is accurate.
Wow, that would be tea. I heard Kylie, Kendall, and Kim.
I heard just Kendall was the only one invited this year.
I know Courtney and Chloe didn't love going last
Yeah, Chloe was over it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I heard Kim was trying on different hairstyles before the Met. Like, she's figuring out which hairstyle she's
Well, she was looking at, like, Bob Mackie dresses, too, but I don't think it was for this. We'll see who's right. I'm gonna go with my mom on this one. She always knows, like, random facts like that. I'm like, okay. Stuff I never really care about, but she's like, oh, Kendall's the only one invited this year. And I was like, okay, it's fine. But you're right. Like, yeah, Gypsy Rose was in LA. She did not ask me on the podcast. Man, the canceled girls are probably back. Maybe they'll have her on.
I think they just got back, yeah.
Because Alexis Oakley. Shout out to Alexis, who did my glam a bunch of times.
I know.
Did Gypsy Rose a week later.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gypsy Rose saw me and was like, oh, I love this
mug, yeah.
Because it was a couple days before. No, shout out to her. She was like taking her to Sephora. She was doing the most. I was like,
yeah.
Great content.
Literally, like, I think Gypsy says she's in her pretty girl era. That's what she's naming this era.
I love it.
I live for that. Yeah. It is a lot. Like, I get why some people are like, huh? Because she's fully, like, influencer now.
Yeah.
Like,
glam girl.
Red carpets. And then she went to SUR. She's doing little TikToks on the pier. Sabrina Carpenter commented on Gypsy's TikTok.
No way. Not mine.
No,
Sabrina
my theory
hates
is
me.
because the Barry connection. I don't know. Because then it would get publicized, like, because she never comments about Barry. Or, like, she never, like, confirms it really.
You're saying our TikTok.
Yes, because Barry
it.
Moses' Barry was in it. So I think it would get picked up, like, Sabrina Carpenter comments on, like, the Barry Keoghan connection.
But they're always together, and she literally talks about him in her song at the end of Coachella.
But they're not, like, when they did the red carpet, even for the Vanity Fair Oscar party, like, they walked in together, but they took photos separate. Like, Sabrina went, then Barry waited, and then went.
But they were right next to each other because he's, like, looking at her.
And, like, the person at ET was there, like, was recording them talking, like, before walking on the carpet, and then he looked over and then, like, separated himself from her. So they're being weird about it.
That's weird. Okay.
That's my theory. I'm like, I have to still hold on to something.
My theory is that she hates me. I was like, this like, I get it though. We did talk about being like, I'm like, it's kind of weird, whatever. So I get it. I have to go the Wendy Williams route and really be like, okay, I understand people can't be friends with me, and I'm fine with that. It's okay. I still love her, and she's so beautiful and pretty. She really is.
She commented on Gypsy's TikTok, "You served," which is like.
Do you think it's really her commenting that? That's so crazy to me.
I kind of think so because I feel like has like dark humor like that.
You served.
I think so because even in that espresso song, she talks about like her dark humor or something. What's the line? Oh my god! Now I need to look up the lyrics.
Espresso?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I saw something. She goes, I'm so glad you guys loved espresso. I thought you guys only liked hot tea.
Oh, yeah, because it was #1 in England.
Oh.
Or in the UK or whatever.
Oh, is that why she said it? I was like, so random.
Oh, my twisted humor. Make them laugh so often.
Oh, I love the singing to it. It sounded just like her.
My honeybee. Come and get this pollen.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Pollen. That's a Bridgerton season 3 reference because it's Penelope and Colin. Yeah. It's pollen season.
Coming out next week.
I can't wait. Oh my God. When I recover from having the baby, we can watch Bridgerton. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into it. I was like, you better be into it. Yeah. You're going to be so
I think you'll get into it. Yeah.
You've seen it. You watched it.
I watched season 1. I haven't watched season 2, but I kind of want to now because I like both Jonathan Bailey and the girl who played the lead. I also love her. She's like so pretty that I want to watch it.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I know they're all just so good looking on that show.
Yeah. But season 1 I liked. Yeah.
Everyone did. I remember they had like a Bridgerton like pop-up event here in LA and everyone was going and I wanted to go but I didn't get into it at the time and I was like I don't really know what this is about. Like I don't know how I would cosplay it.
I'm sure they'll have more of those.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
The lady whistle down because everyone got it and then they got to pick like a diamond of the ball or whatever. And like, remember Frankie Grande I think got picked to be the diamond of the ball.
Really?
Yeah, I think. And I was like, oh damn, I want to be that person too. It's like medieval times and they pick a princess to go up with the king and queen. I always wanted to be that person. One day, medieval times. We need to do Just Trish there. I love medieval times.
I haven't been in so long, but I also love medieval times.
It's amazing. It's like such a good experience. Buena Park. What else? Buena Park Gudetama Cafe opened there.
That's where it is?
Yeah, did you see it?
It's so cute.
Did you see the lines?
No.
Go on TikTok and type in Gudetama. First of all, it's so cute. The egg sandwich is literally like Gudetama like sliding off the egg sandwich. Like I don't know how they did it with the face. It's so freaking cute. You have Gudetama vibes today. That's why I was like, yeah, I like it. But the lines, people were lined up for days. And it's like you have to like it was like around all the blocks. I'm like,
I believe it because it looks so cute.
I want to go. I hope they invite us. It's like there's no way we couldn't stand in line like that. Like that line was like 2 days.
I had a friend who went. She does like a food Instagram account, and she went. I'm assuming.
Oh, she got invited. Probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming they did like an influencer.
Did she show what she got?
Yeah, it looks
the Gudetama. Like I love Gudetama.
They had a little photo op and everything. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
I want to go so bad. I never get invited to the cool things. I'm like, I want to go to the Gudetama Cafe. It's Buena Park. Maybe it's by medieval times.
I'm in my head. Buena Park is just like medieval times. I think there's like a Korean shopping mall, and then
really,
yeah.
Well, there's also like Knott's Berry Farms, Buena Park.
Yeah, and that's all that there is there in my
true.
head.
There's like a Pirates.
Yeah,
that's true. There's not much there. There's a Portillo's. Buena Park.
Didn't David Dobrik love Portillo's?
He loved. I didn't know that either. Someone said that. They're like, you went to the Portillo's in Chicago. I'm like, I didn't know it was the same thing. But I do love it. It's actually so. We used to drive during quarantine and from like Studio City to Buena Park just to get Portillo's.
Did you love it before David or after David?
Well, I don't even remember. Like, I remember we went with David in Chicago and I don't remember like liking it. But I don't know. For some reason in quarantine, I was like obsessed with it. I didn't know it was like the same Thai. I don't know what it was. Maybe just like the cheese fries. I don't even know what I got that was so great. But I did love Portillo's. But I did not get the David connection at all. I was like, oh my God, David Dobrik. Every time we talk about him, I'm like, ugh.
but Gypsy, with the finished Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
I was dying because Alexis gave...
like 56,000 followers or something?
No, she made that gift basket for Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
And then the top comment on it was like, oh, this is so cute, but it kind of looks like prison bars because it was like...
Wait, what? I did not see that. What was it?
Because it was a gift basket, but it was like, like the metal ones with like the lines on it, and it was silver.
No, really?
And she put like this Stanley cup and all this cute stuff in the gift basket.
What was the metal bar? It's part of the basket?
It's just the basket. It was like metal bars. Like
I've never seen a basket like that.
Like it's like just like a metal basket, and it's just like a square.
I've never seen a metal basket. I thought they're all like wicker. Like I've never seen a metal basket. Let me see. I need to see.
I sent it to Jimmy specifically because he was
You should have sent it to me too. I could have been in that group chat.
He was excited because Gypsy was in LA.
He's like, oh, this is our chance. I would love to interview her, but I hope Tana does because Tana's like crazy for her. She loves her.
FaceTime. Do you see?
Oh my God. That is a wild basket. I've never seen a basket like that.
And then the top comment, love this, but it kind of looks like prison bar.
That's so, well, maybe it was like a welcome out of jail basket. You know what I mean? Like, here's all the good stuff. Because it's kind of camp, right? It's kind of her thing. Yeah. It's
Alexis
like
is so funny.
I know. She's funny. I love that she brought her a gift basket. That's everything.
The Stanley Cup, the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream.
Yes, Brazilian Bum Bum.
Milk Cosmetics blush stick. It's the Kosas face wash. It's like, it's kind of, I would love this gift basket.
Oh, it's giving Elle Woods when she goes visit the girl in prison.
Yes.
And she's like, I have all the essentials for you.
Yes, it is very that. You're so right.
That's so funny. I live for that.
I live for it. The second I saw Alexis doing the mug, I was like, this is a moment.
That is I know she kept saying my dream client, and everyone thought Hailey Bieber because that's who she's like obsessed with, right? That was her thing. And when I saw Gypsy Rose, I was like, well, serve, but like not what I thought.
The FaceTime with Tana and Brooke was crazy.
I didn't know Tana was like so crazy. I guess when I've been on her podcast, she talks about Gypsy Rose.
She has been talking about her since before the prison release.
No, for sure. And I was like, I didn't know she was like such a fan of her. I'd live for it. They should interview her. Because I think that's the podcast she should go on. Because
it makes sense.
Those girls, I feel like mine would get too deep. I'd be like going into trauma about her mom. She starts like crying. You know what I mean? Like that's like that's what I want to know. But I think Cancel keeps it cute and surface level. And like they would ask the good questions for sure.
And she's just fully in this like It Girl era. She confirmed that the D is also fire with her ex-fiance who she's back with now.
Ryan, what's his name? No, Ryan was her.
I think Ken?
Ken. Also, she just got out of prison. It's like, give the girl a break, let her relax. I know she's like trying to get pregnant with the other one. I was like, you need to just have a break, enjoy your time. She's young. She's younger than me, so she needs to like enjoy it.
She said that this is her legendary love with this man.
She's so intense, and I like that. With all the relationships, she's so like passionate about it.
Ken Urker. I was right.
Ken.
Yeah.
I'm just Ken. Ken's such a cool name now.
And, I mean, she looks great. Her nose job looks great. Fast recovery. I didn't know nose jobs were that quick to recover from.
I didn't either, because I don't think like break your nose or something like that.
You would think it would take a while.
That's
but
crazy.
Damn. I know it doesn't like settle for like a full year or something, but...
Oh, yeah. It can be like swollen and stuff like that.
Yeah. But, I mean, she looked great on the red carpet. It was a FYC event for her Lifetime series. She wants an Emmy. She wants an Emmy next.
Could you imagine? I think she could totally.
I think so.
Didn't Joey King get one for hers?
For the act.
Yeah. So I feel like that totally could happen for her.
Yeah. So
gotta get that Emmy. When do the Emmy nominations come out?
The daytime ones, I think, just happened. I'm sure the prime or regular Emmys are soon-ish.
I want an Emmy. I gotta get on TV to get an Emmy. I need an Emmy, though. I want an Emmy. That's one thing I could get, I guess. I don't know if I could get a Tony, but maybe an Emmy.
I feel like you can get a Tony.
I used to like originate the role.
Oh, really? You
yeah.
think? Oh. So we just have to write and direct our own.
Oh, gosh. I'm ready for it, but like, what would it be? I don't know what
the internet Tony is. You know, just like the streamies. There should be
I don't want a streamy. I don't want a streamy.
Streamy if you want to give
No, I'm not taking a streamy. If the streamies nominate me, I'm going to retract it. I'm going to say, don't put me in that category. Because it's not YouTube doing it, right? They're not doing the streamies.
Start with streamies.
No, they give like David Dobrik awards. I'm like, I don't need to be in that same category. And
Tana also got the award, though.
Tana Slay, but everyone else.
Wasted a lifetime achievement. And
no, absolutely not. No way. I hate the streamies. They're not YouTube related, right? They're not.
I mean,
like YouTube doesn't put them on.
I think they're maybe in partnership with YouTube, but not.
I don't think they are.
Well, they are on YouTube, so I think there is a partnership.
I thought they were on Twitter.
They also are on YouTube,
but on their own. Like it's not YouTube is streaming it. They have their own channel, probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like YouTube presents the streaming awards.
No, I think they have a partnership, but it's like Dick Clark Productions, I think.
Shout out YouTube, we love you, but streamies, no. Don't want to get on YouTube's bad side. YouTube, I'm down for. Stream me, shorties, all those things. No, thank you. Shorties is like a whale trophy. I was like, okay, shorties.
It is a whale tail. Right?
Yeah, why? That's so random. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I want the Emmy. I want the Tony. And that's probably all I can get. Maybe an Oscar. I could get an Oscar if it was like a role. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what role I could get. If it was like a baby reindeer role. I would play a stalker so good.
I'm trying to think what category would be like the easiest. Honestly, like I feel like you can get in there with the screenplay.
Me writing it?
I mean, you wrote your own scripts for the
I don't think it's Oscar worthy. Right. I think I need to get in as like a supporting drama.
Yeah. Leading actress is hard.
Oh, hell no. Definitely not leading actress.
Supporting, you definitely would have a shot for sure.
Like, you think the girl from Challengers with the Dunkin' sandwich is nominated? Because I would love to be that role now that you say it. I want to get that role. You're right. She had a good disposition.
Yeah.
She got to interact with them.
Totally. She had her whole moment with Patrick, and she helped get him back on his feet.
I'll take it.
He was starving without her,
That's true. He's looking at that. He's like, I'm starving looking at that cake. Moses told me not to eat, and I'm like, well, we just have. I thought maybe we have Domino's or something down here. So I was like, well, I won't eat too much, but what are we at? I'm like, I am kind of starving, but I don't need to chill for a minute. Wow, is it recording? Or you turn it off?
Everything is recording.
Oh,
wow! Look at these. You got the plates. Thanks, Moses.
That's
oh my god!
Did you make this?
Yeah,
cake?
he baked it. Could you imagine? He did all that decoration too. Yeah.
Wait, you really did?
Yeah. You did. I was shook. He's embarrassed by it.
He really is it? He did?
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I should have done a 2-tier for you, but
what?
He can only do the one."
Wait, you made that?
Yeah.
No way.
He's being modest.
Are you? I can't tell. See, you are in control because I don't know.
No, it's a beautiful cake.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I could totally see you doing this.
No, totally. You could totally do this cake. You could decorate it for sure. I don't know if you could bake it. Maybe we could bake it. Baking is hard.
I am a terrible baker.
Me too. We tried.
I'm terrible at everything.
Oh my god.
All the kitchen stuff.
Same. I mean, I don't even know if I could cook anymore if I wanted to. I've been eating so much sugar lately too, but whatever.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
What is it? What?
I'm having just flashbacks. I remember the gender reveal cake and that.
Oh yeah. Did we eat it on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now it's like the baby's almost here.
What is that cake? What is in the middle of it? Jelly?
Yeah, it looks like
jelly. Little peanut butter jelly action. Thank you.
Oh, I'm excited.
Me too. Do you like white cake?
Thank you. I do.
I love it too.
I think that's like the only. I don't like chocolate cake.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not like a big chocolate person.
Except Mr. Beast.
If Mr. Beast had a cake.
A chocolate cake?
That would kind of be everything. I love that Feastables chocolate.
Really? Did you get more? Have you gotten more of it?
I did. Easter is the last time I got it. This is good.
It's really good. I don't even love jelly in my pastries, but this is pretty good. Oh, man. White cake is giving me wedding vibes.
What kind of cake did you guys have?
We don't know because we didn't get to taste it.
Really?
Yeah, I think we had Oreo. What did we have? Red velvet. We didn't get to taste any of it. I was so sad.
Why?
I think we had one slice.
Were you just busy, talking to people?
Yeah, but they should have set it aside for us. You know what I mean? They didn't set our wedding cake aside. And it was really good. But we did cake testing, and it was 4 Seasons. The cake is $9,000 for 3 layers. It's crazy, but it's so good. Their pastry chef is amazing there. And then we went back for our anniversary, and we wanted to get it we basically left our top layer in the hotel room. Because I think they do keep that for you. And we were so excited to eat it. And then we even called the hotel. We're like, we forgot it in our suite. Can we get it? And then we couldn't get it for whatever reason. And then, yeah, we didn't get to taste any of it. And then when we went for our anniversary, we were like, can we get a top layer made or whatever? Even if it was $2,000, we didn't care. But they made us something and it was not good at all at their anniversary. So it wasn't the pastry chef, obviously. But it was good. We had maybe a slice at the wedding because I remember it was really good. Or maybe it was the tasting we had it. Somewhere we had it, it was so good. It was the best cake ever. And we didn't get any and it was so sad. But we could always have another wedding. We just went to the 4 Seasons to do our Mother's Day photo shoot. And they were so great there. I love it. It's such a vibe. Had a little cake break. Talked a little bit. It was good cake. Wow. Needed that little pick-me-up. Guys, check out our extended podcast. We're going to do a Met Gala review. Coming out Wednesday, patreon.com/Trish. And I got a Wendy's review. We got a guitar play. What is it? Guitar Hero? Is it guitar? Fortnite. Got Fortnite. I'm going to try Domino's. I really want to try and squeeze in one of those, the North Hollywood spicy chicken before I give birth. But
rough.
I know. It's cutting it close. I feel I really want to go and get it. It's so far.
That might be what will push you.
That's true.
That's true. The spicy.
The spicy.
And yeah, I know. I want to get it. I thought about that even today. I was like, Mom, but it's just so far. It's because it's not right off the freeway. It's North Hollywood where you have to go deep in. It's probably closer to Porter Ranch. That's where we saw the movie. It was Porter Ranch. And I'm like, I could have just gone and got some of the bangin' buns. What other hot topics we have? Paris Hilton, Kamala. Paris Hilton wanting her baby to be tan, and Kamala Harris on Drew Barrymore. Those trip your trigger, Harry Jowsey on Unwell.
Did you see that one? Yeah.
What was it? I want you to be. We need a Mamala.
Oh my God, we need you to be Mamala Harris. I was like, Drew.
Drew is wild.
Too wild for me. I can't get into it. She's so close to people. Kamala Harris too. She was just like literally like pushed her hands away. She's like too much, like just too much. She's just so. It doesn't feel genuine though. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like a genuine thing to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's almost like this is a wild connection, but it's almost like a Nara Smith. Like now she's making gum on TikTok. And it's like,
my God, crazy!
It's like you get known for something, so then you play into it so much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's exactly it. Like this is the character I'm going with it.
Yes.
But Kamala Harris, like, oh my God, you don't need to be so intense with her.
It's the vice president. Like it's not like you're sitting, even Oprah, but you're not like sitting with some other actress.
Yeah, no, it was so weird. I was just like,
I don't even know if Harry Daniels would do that. And he's singing to Joe Biden. You know, like at least Harry Daniels was like, "This is the president." You know?
Yeah. No, you like get it, but she just does not get it. I was just like holding hands, getting close, like giving them nicknames. I'm like, I don't know if you want that play on Mama. That's wild.
We need you to be the scrub daddy of the country.
Yeah, it was just such a weird thing. I'm like, we don't need her to be our mom. She's our vice president. Like that's what the world needs.
So odd.
No, and it kind of like diminishes a little bit. I'm not trying to be a Drew Barrymore hater, but kind of diminishes her role as vice president. You know, just to be like, be the mom we all need of this country. You know, it's like just because she's a woman. It's like we don't need the president to be our dad.
So
you know,
right?
It's weird. It was
I
weird.
didn't even think about that.
It kind of like
they're like chief of staff. Like she can start wars. She's not our mom.
Yeah,
there's like
we don't need you to be our mom.
Serious stuff happening in the world, and she's in charge of it.
Yeah, it was kind of
and she would be the president if anything happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is weird.
Drew Barrymore is a lot. I was
yeah.
Are you a Harry Jowsey stan?
No.
You see him lately gaslighting all of us into thinking he wasn't playing up a relationship with Riley. They unfollowed each other, but I guess they followed each other back.
Oh, wait, they followed each other back?
Yeah, they followed each other back.
Probably because it was just making too many headlines, because the unfollow is such a
thing. Oh my God, when people see all that stuff, it's like actually crazy. I can't believe he's on the Unwell Network, which is Alex Cooper's network.
Yeah.
With Alex Earl is on it, and then Harry Jowsey. I'm like, those are two like women that are just like so pro women. And then Harry Jowsey.
Like ladies, man.
Yeah, like player vibes.
Yeah.
Plays into all these things. Even with this relationship with Riley Arnold, like he's like, you know, oh, she was just like too, like kind of gaslighting as if he wasn't the one to say she was pregnant on TV and stuff like that. Like, it's just a lot. I don't know. Again, he's probably a nice guy. There's a lot of mutuals we have, but why are you on the Unwell Network? That's another just random weird one. It's just very strange.
Is he that popular? Like, is he that popular? Like, he doesn't strike. This is again.
I know.
I'm just like, is he that entertaining? Like,
well, definitely not that. But I was thinking, well, is he that popular? Like, people really seem to love him. He's on like Dancing with the Stars, like, and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, he's obviously popular.
And he was like, hosting some Netflix thing, like interviewing, I think big celebrities, but like,
I don't get it.
It smells like he has a good agent.
Yeah.
Like somebody is pushing him.
Some Nepo baby vibes.
Something's so weird about it because he's like just not entertaining, like period. But it's also like, I mean, he's good looking, but there's so many of those. So it's just weird.
Yeah.
And he's like not a good speaker. He has this new podcast and it's just, you know, again, anyone can have a podcast, fine, whatever, you know what I mean? But it's just like, also he's doing it solo, and doing a solo podcast, I always said this is like literally the hardest thing. Like I can never do a solo podcast even, and I'm like the best talker in the world. So I just don't understand like what this is. It's like him just explaining his relationship and his details of this weird relationship, this fake relationship he had with an 18-year-old. Like, it's just very odd and very weird. And they said he had a secret girlfriend, and then he was trying to gaslight us into thinking like, oh, I didn't play it up with Riley. Like, it's just so weird. And the fact that like Alex like hype him up so much, I'm just like, I don't know. This is not a girl's guy. You know what I mean? He's not like it's not Hasan where the girls and gays love him.
Yeah.
You know?
Not baby girl.
Not baby girl.
Not Hasan.
No, no. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. He said, talking about the Riley rumors, he said, I told her I love and care about you enough to tell you that I am not the right guy. I'm sorry if this answer breaks some hearts, but I'm here to confirm once and for all, Riley and I have never been in any type of relationship.
But they played it up.
They played it up so much.
Said
she
was
pregnant.
Jewelry. $15,000 Van Cleef bracelet, which is beautiful. I did love that one. That was everything.
They did all those little TikToks.
They definitely played into it, which is like fine, but also to like say all this. And they also be like, I actually had a secret girlfriend when I started. He's like, what if I told you I had a secret girlfriend at the time? I'd be like, well, you're a little manipulative asshole. Yeah. That's what I would say. Like, what the hell? Like, that's not a coming clean for you.
And a girl like a girlfriend should never be a secret.
Right, he's like a secret. I guess
ever.
like a private. He was, but yeah, it's like whatever. I think he's dating the girl from Love Is Blind at the time,
Jessica,
allegedly. Yeah, the one that said you're gonna choke when you see me. He was dating her because they met on some Netflix. What is it, like Perfect Match or something like that?
Yeah,
supposedly they met. Allegedly, I don't know, whatever you say, but
I was just like, Riley, if you want to come, you went on Joe Volpez. If you want to come over here, and like talk shit about a man, this is the place to
please,
do
Riley, come on. I kind of live for her. She's a queen. She's bought a house. I was like, I kind of live for this girl. Yeah. I didn't care for them at the time because of that. I was thinking like, oh, not her fault, but I'm like, it was kind of weird because she was so young and he's kind of like playing. They definitely played into it heavily, and
they did all those and they were on Harry's TikTok account, right? Yeah. Like they did him. He did him on his. So.
Yeah, no, he was definitely, and again, him being older and stuff like that, he was definitely like, and. If he had to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not the one or something, like obviously she was feeling some type of emotion or connection to him.
You should keep the unfollow, girl. I don't know. Let's unfollow again.
Right. I don't know why they followed each other back. Maybe they thought, like you said, it was like too much. I think it
caused a lot of drama because then everyone was like, oh,
man. The unfollow is a big deal. We talked about this. Yeah. Like an unfollow is a statement. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever unfollowed someone. No, I think I've like blocked people and then unblocked them to look like we've unfollowed each other. But I don't, and that's only been like once. Actually, it was just Shane. It wasn't really anyone else. I'm like, I don't think I unfollowed anyone else. And that's making a statement. That's like, you want people to know clear, you're done.
Like the Lila of it all.
Yeah, right, for sure. I would just mute whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of get not good vibes from, I don't know what his podcast, do you know what it's called?
Maybe
doesn't matter really, but because he had a podcast before that was short-lived. It was like literally on, because I remember I saw the
boyfriend material. Oh my god!
No! What?
Oh my god!
No, it should be called like unboyfriend material or something. Like what is that? That's so ex-boyfriend material. Mm-hmm. Your future ex-boyfriend. I don't know, something
like that.
That's crazy because he had a podcast. He sent me a DM. I mean, this is like maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And he was like, I want you to be on my podcast. I went to go look and it was done. It was done in like 10 episodes. So I was like, wait, so he has another one coming? And these people just giving him money? Like, that's what I have to assume is he's getting like cash up front and just doing the bare minimum for them. Yeah. Which is like fine and great, I guess. But it's just so random and weird.
Yeah. I guess I don't know anything about him. So I'm like a hater by default, I guess.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything to sway me the other way.
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah, I thought you were a Harry fan for some reason. I don't know. I remember Dancing with the Stars.
I just thought he was cute enough. I met his roommate, or maybe I don't know if they're still roommates. And his roommate is like very charismatic and very hot.
Okay.
But that's all I know.
Yeah. He's just charismatic and hot. Yeah.
But I don't know anything about Harry himself. I know that Brooke and Tana are friends with him?
Right. Ish? They were. I don't know if they still are. And it's fine if they still are. We really don't know him like that. Maybe he's nice. I don't know.
I think he commented on the FaceTime photo that like maybe he'd hook up with Gypsy now that she's in LA or something like that.
Ew. All that energy. I don't care if it's a joke, if it's serious. Like, why are you commenting that publicly? Who says she wants to hook up with you? Like, what? She has a boyfriend.
The D is fire with Ken. The D. Yeah. We don't need the Harry.
Let her keep. Yeah. I don't know about Harry. I don't know. Don't care, but also I saw him all over my FYP page and people were pissed about it, and I'm pissed about it too. I'm with you, girls.
I actually am too. Like, I didn't have an opinion really about it before, but now I'm talking about it. I'm like, I actually.
Yeah, don't gaslight us into being like you were the manipulative one trying to take advantage of like this fake relationship or whatever it was. Like, you definitely were. You definitely bought her these bracelets. You definitely were going on vacation, doing these dances, all this stuff like that. It's like meeting her family, I think, at like Thanksgiving or something. So you're weird.
And I feel like a lot of people can relate to like Riley's situation of like a guy like being super flirty but having like no real intentions, but then you kind of thinking, like that there is something more, and it's not your fault. It's just because the guy is making it seem like it is something more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's
and you're 18, Jesus. So you're like, okay, is this something? And you're close and like all this stuff like that's like so weird.
And dancing is very like intimate.
That's what he said too. Yeah. He, like, you spend all this time with someone, you're like there all the time. So what do you expect? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, and the fact, I think he got that far in Dancing with the Stars anyway, just because people liked that little,
No, the relationship, of course, he was so not good. He was just not a good dancer. Yeah. So it's like, that's the only reason. So I don't know. I don't like when people gaslight their audience like that. It's like, we saw what happened. We know what happened. Like, why are you trying to, and why are you bringing this up now when you're, your first podcast episode? Let me just talk about this. That's all you have to talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
titled boyfriend material. It makes me sick.
Awful.
Your podcast titled boyfriend material. You're talking shit about this girl. Like,
that is weird. And that's like, and you're on an all-female podcast like network. So it's kind of like an odd thing to have him on there. I don't know. It was and they're very much connected. Like they partied together. They were partying in Miami. They're very much connected to it and hyping it up. And I just think that's a very odd choice. Like if I had the Just Trish network, right, and I have like I said, like a David Dobrik or Todd or something, like a Toddy Smith podcast, like it'd be so random and weird. Like what? That makes no sense.
Maybe they're just trying to like get more of the men demographic. Is his demographic even men though? I feel like no way.
No, he's trying to be a Matt Rife maybe, where he's trying to appeal to men, but it's like why are you doing that?
There's just no. I want his analytics. I'm like, what's the G here?
I gotta see who's watching. I don't think it's men. I don't think it's men.
There's no way because he's not like alpha male enough where like, the male audience, like the Joe Rogan audience, is gonna be like, let me watch Harry Jowsey. Like, what?
Definitely not. I think that's why he's on like the daddy. The what's this Call Her Daddy? Like they probably liked him on there because it's like a girl audience.
Yeah,
and they think he's cute and they're probably like young. But I would love to see those demographics too. I think there's a way you can find out, right? Or you have to like. Yeah, I feel like I don't know.
There used to be what was like the YouTube one? Social Blade or something,
Yeah, is that still around?
I think
everyone used to always check Social Blade.
Yeah,
to see,
that was a big thing.
How many views you get per month, and
like, when there was a scandal, you would in real time show it live subscribers count. Dropping.
People would be so invested in that too. Like they're losing subscribers so fast. I'm like, God,
Jesus.
People are really rooting for the downfall of so many people. It's crazy. It's like look how fast they're going down. I don't know.
I wonder if it's on there. He has a B+ total grade. Oh, you have to make an account to see all the tea, though. Oh my God.
Oh, like the demographics.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, you have to do some when you have time. Boots on the ground journalism into this. I would love to know. That's for sure.
Let me just check his Instagram, like
who's in
engagement, like what he hides his likes on some, which is always a sign.
Oh, why do people do that when it's like not a lot of likes?
Especially it's like selective. Like if.
Just do it on all of them. Yeah. No, I know when people hide their likes on everything, their likes have gone down. And it's fine, but just show it. I've never hid my likes.
Yeah, because before he was hiding, they were like 200,000, 150,000, and then now it's like 15,000.
Oh my God. People need to just chill. Just show the likes. I hate when people hide the likes. It's like, okay, we get it. You fell off. Like, who cares? Like, just show the likes. I always showed my likes, even when I got 14,000. Kind of killing it on the likes lately, though. I always get over 100,000 now. I'm like, shout out my Instagram.
There he is with Tana, 200,000 likes on that, of course. When he's shirtless, he does well, so I guess
that's his thing.
Stick with that. Yeah, okay.
Should have done his podcast. Should have been that.
The shirtless podcast.
Yeah. I'm surprised no guys do that.
Yeah, actually, huh?
I feel like somebody would have. Do you remember Davey Wavy?
Oh my God, Davey Wavy.
Like, where is he at? He used to do all his things shirtless.
I know. I don't know if he still does it, but he would like collab with OF guys.
Oh, that makes sense.
But he wouldn't do anything. I mean, it would be sexual themed, but not like actually doing it. I don't know. He would do it like on YouTube and stuff.
No, that's what I remember. I remember his YouTube being super graphic, like lube and all that stuff like that. Like he would do.
Toys and
we
stuff
did a collab. I don't know what we did. We must have done toys or something. I don't know. I can't remember what we did. But I remember it was like so random and weird. And I used to love it. I thought he was like so cute and I like was obsessed with him. And I'm like, wonder what he does now.
I know.
But he was always shirtless. He was always like that person. And it was back in the day when you could make really sexual videos on YouTube. Yeah. And he used to do that all the time.
And make money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he had his like friend show her vagina to him for the first time.
Oh my God.
He would do stuff like that or seeing a penis, like something weird. He'd always do that crazy stuff. I don't think I did anything crazy like that with him. I don't know what we did. I don't even know if his channel's still up, but I remember he was like such an icon back in the day. I love Davey Wavy. We need him and Connor Franta back. I have some more cake in my chair.
Connor Franta. Do you remember Dan and Phil? I feel like they're still popular though.
Are they?
I think they had a while. Yeah, I think they came back kind of recently. Maybe I don't know.
And what do they do?
I've seen them on Twitter, and they get a lot of likes on Twitter.
I think they got replaced by Jake and Johnny. I think they're the new Dan and Phil. And that happens. I feel like it's just so hard.
Aren't Dan and Phil queer? Are they gay?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, shout out! Love that. Well, if they're queer, they're back on top in my book. Are they?
Yeah, they came out as gay and queer in 2019.
Both of them?
I knew I've seen them recently. I think so. It says Dan and Phil Games came out. So.
Wow. They're like the real life Art and Patrick. That's crazy. I wonder if they dated each other. Did they ever say?
There is a question that said, did Dan and Phil date each other?
Wouldn't that be tea the whole time?
Oh. He said, Dan said at one point, Phil and him were obviously more than friends, but he never clarified what the situation was. Which probably means they're no longer dating.
Oh my God, my favorite love story. I didn't know. That's so
now
great.
We have to interview that.
Oh my God, Dan and Phil, come on. I just thought they were like straight boys that I like couldn't care. I thought they were like David Dobrik or Keenan JC or something. I'm like, I don't really care, but that's crazy. Cool, yeah. Oh my God, we love to have them on. Davey Wavy, Dan and Phil.
Yeah,
Connor Fronta.
Dan is gay and Phil is queer.
Love. Wait, what's the difference again? I forget. Queer is like umbrella term.
Yeah.
Gay is just for men for men.
Homosexual, yeah.
I love it. Queer can be anything and everything.
Yeah.
I like that term better. Well, I like both. I mean, identify for what you want, but I feel like, in case you want to change your mind,
yeah. Queer is like the safe thing too. Sometimes you don't know, like, are you just lesbian? Are you bisexual? Are you just gay?
I feel like it changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we've seen that with like Gigi's, her coming out videos.
Oh yeah.
Her labels change and stuff like that.
Totally.
So the overall umbrella term, but
which makes sense because I feel like just as you get older, like
you change for sure. I feel that 100%. Like you just change. I mean, some people just know, like you said, you're gay from the beginning, but then,
not everyone. Yeah. Like Billie Eilish, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was like, she's what, like 24 or something? I knew I was gay from like really young.
Right.
I mean, she just discovered this like recently, which is cool.
I think that's possible. I think even when you're older, like look at like Caitlyn, maybe she always knew she was trans, but maybe she didn't know if she like liked women or men. You know what I mean? Like, because you could be a trans woman and be a lesbian or trans woman and be in a hetero relationship. Like there's just so many different discovery journeys and paths to be on. That's why I like that umbrella term, because I just think it gives you leeway. Then you don't find yourself like Ryland and Shane, where like I'm never showing my kids, and then all of a sudden you show your kids, and you're like, wait, but I thought you were this, and it's like,
Yeah, because I know like Ricky Dillon too. Like people gave him a hard time because it was like, oh, I'm like
asexual.
Asexual, yeah. And then,
but you can be asexual and gay for sure.
Yeah.
We talked about this the other day. Remember, we're just
with, like lesbians.
Yeah, it's just like it does sexuality.
And a lot of people, if like I know specifically with like gay guys, like it's always like first it's like, oh, I think I'm bisexual, and then it becomes just gay sometimes too. So
yeah. How do you know? No.
You gotta just experiment sometimes to figure it out.
Yeah. And it takes time too, because you might be like, I am bi, and then maybe I'm just gay. Maybe I am bi. I don't know. It goes back and forth. It's fluid. We love to see it. That's what the challengers taught us. They taught us how to be queer. Be open. They were open. They were open to kissing. They're open to everything. They're like, we're just open. They hugged. There's a sauna. There was, I think you're just being open.
Yeah.
That's the way to be. I think they're queer for sure in the movie. Just, because also he's like, put your dick away and all that stuff like that. You wouldn't care if you were just like a straight guy, whatever. Yeah. Maybe he just didn't want to be distracted. And because Zendaya did say it was big. She did say he had a in the movie. Oh,
yeah.
She's like, you're cute. I was like, okay, damn. In my opinion, well, British people, in my experience, they haven't had the big D. I think they're uncircumcised.
I think so.
Makes it look smaller.
Really?
I think so.
Have I ever hooked up with a British person? Once, yeah. But I forget the specifics of it.
Did they make you beans afterwards? Like eggs and beans. That's what they make. And I'm like, wait, what? It's so weird. Or beans and toast.
Beans and toast.
Did they make you that? I swear on Big Brother, they always made beans and like, it wasn't even toast. It was like beans and bread. Just like bread. I was like, this is disgusting. No offense.
They do eat that a lot. I remember in the Dune press tour, like Florence wanted to make that for Austin Butler or something. He didn't want it.
I don't want beans and bread. That sounds disgusting. That sounds like prison food. I was just like, I guess I'm starving. I shouldn't be insensitive to people starving in like, third world countries. But for me, I don't need a beans and bread ever.
But why do you do it? You put beans on a bread?
I think so.
That's a good question. Yeah. Do they eat it together? They eat it separately?
I think it's like beans on toast, right?
Don't you like beans with rice or something? Like,
no.
How do they get beans? I don't think England is like...
They love the beans. That's their thing. I don't know.
They do love the beans.
I wonder why. That is a good question, though.
Oh.
Where does it come from?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Oh,
I don't like... Do you like him? I'm not a big fan.
Not really.
Every time I see him, he's just like a lot.
Has he been around lately?
He was in Love, actually.
Like lately, has he done it?
I don't know. To me, that's lately. I don't know. That's a recent movie to me. We did see him in something. Didn't we see him in something? Or we just saw it look alike?
Something.
His lookalike is on TikTok. There's like a Mr. Bean lookalike on TikTok.
Oh, I've seen him.
But I feel like we saw Mr. Bean
like
recently.
In a movie or something. Like he does cameos. I think like he was in a movie. Like a short
awful movie.
Character, yeah.
Was he in the Lindsay Lohan Irish movie?
Maybe.
He was in something weird. Anyways. Rowan Atkinson, is that his name?
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so right. Oh, he was in Wonka.
Wonka, that's what it was. Yeah. How weird. Good for him. Acting.
Still around, yeah.
Mr. Bean. English humor, I just don't get. I like those kind of English comedians and stuff. I like never understood.
But wasn't there something with Tana? I remember it was like a headline that she offended all of England or something because she talked about English people's penises, but I forget what she said.
But then she said, I asked her that question, she goes, no. She like didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, Oscar, where's Oscar?
I know, it was so bad because I had the headline where it said like there was proof of what she said, but she forgot. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes when I ask the questions, I'm like, sometimes I don't know. And I'm like, wait, actually, I don't know. I think Tara too. I was like, when you cried, she goes, did I cry? I was like, I don't know, actually. Like, it seems like
Tana said there. I guess when I think about all the British D I've encountered, they are giving uncircumcised and a little small.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's where I got it from.
But then Tana also admitted, I've actually got no D in London thus far.
Oh. So she's just projecting. She's just like, I bet it is because it's not happening with me. But in my experience, I think yes. I never thought of it as like.
And there is an article on the Daily Star. She's disappointed as she states that the size of British men's penises.
Oh my gosh.
No I get it though, because sometimes you be yapping and you just forget what you say.
That is true.
I do that all the time.
Oh, same. I just feel like when you're like long format, you just say whatever. There's so many times I look back at like what comes out. I'm like, oh my God, I should have cut that. I don't even think about cutting things anymore because it's like so long, and I'm like, by the end of it, I'm so tired and I don't even care. I'm just like, and the next day when it comes out, I'm like, oh, it came out. Like I didn't even know. You just kind of forget, you know. You kind of just say what you can. So take none of this in seriously. It's all for entertainment purposes. Just remember, I'm a troll. That's what I just have to say all the time. I'm like, oh, it's me. Don't take it seriously.
I know. My boyfriend finally watched an episode.
Did he?
And he watched last week. So then he was like, I was like, oh my God, what did I even say?
What did he say about it?
He was worried that people would think it's offensive that he doesn't want to see Hasan's feet. I'm like, I think people will get if you don't want to see Hasan's feet. That is so
funny. Oh, he's like analyzes it.
And then he was like, oh, and then you saw your ex at the gym, and I was like, oh my God, no. Here we go.
You need to block him. Don't let him watch it. At least Moses is right here. He can hear what I say, but
I don't think we can block viewers.
We're blocking him.
We can block him from commenting.
Yeah.
Ban him from the channel or something.
Oh no, I know. That's the worst. I know, but that is the worst because like we're on camera too, and like I called Moses boring, and they're like, Moses' face when she called him boring, and I apologized to him yesterday. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it that way. But then we did talk to someone boring the other day that was so boring, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, you're just like not dramatic. That's what I was talking about. Like he's interesting. We talked about Bible stuff. I thought it was so interesting when we dated. But then I met someone really boring that was talking my ear off for like little hours, and I was just like, holy. Like this person's an actual boring person where my eyes were glazing over. He would talk about interesting stuff. It just wasn't like drama stuff. There was nothing about like past ex-girlfriends. So to me, I'm like, that's boring, whatever.
In comparison to your life being super like chaotic.
Yes. Yeah, he's like also, talking about
just normal.
Also when we film, you know, like I look at different cameras, I look at things, and you know, I don't always. So I guess Jimmy maybe cut to me when she said
looking annoyed or something.
Moses was boring. So no, they said I looked sad.
Oh yeah, and they said Moses looked so sad.
That most likely I was like looking at the
camera or something, yeah.
You know, I try to look at the timers, and there's a lot going on this side.
Obviously, it wasn't boring. I remember our whole quarantine was talking about the Old Testament. He would tell me, or even not even the Old Testament, or is it the one where like I was like, why do we speak different languages? And he was telling me about, is it the ladder to Babylon or whatever?
Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel. You know that story? Oh. Tower of Babel. God was just like, oh, I'm going to build this tower.
No. The people wanted to reach God, so they built a tower that was so tall.
Yeah.
And God was like, no. So then he mixed up their languages. That's why we have so many different languages.
He's just
so then they couldn't communicate with each other, and the whole tower collapsed.
Oh. Yeah, he's like, nope, you guys aren't going to get up here. You're going to speak different languages, so you can't understand each other.
So just, you know,
and that's why we have different languages.
It's like mythologies. That's like also to Babel, you know, like. So
isn't the Sodom and Gomorrah too like literally like sodomy and like why it shouldn't happen? And so he like turned them all to cement or something.
Well, he told them to leave the town because he was going to destroy it. Only a few people that were okay, righteous or whatever. So then, but he told them, but don't look back. And I think it was Sarah. One woman looked back, and she turned into stone.
And then what happened?
That's it.
But what's that to do with being gay?
Oh, he destroyed that whole town.
Because they were all gay in the town?
I don't know exactly why, but
isn't that crazy? Like the old Bible.
I mean, that's the name that was Sodom and Gomorrah.
They're wild. The Old Testament was wild. I didn't know anything about any of the stories. First of all, they all sound like bullshit. who came up with any of these stories. They're not real. But also, God was so mean in the Old Testament. I was like, I don't like this God. The God in the New Testament is kind of great. The Old Testament God was like so mean. And I was just like, okay, this is why people are scared. I was like, this is wild. And it does not make any sense. Someone's building a tower up. And so he's like, I'm going to use all different languages. Like, no.
That's why you have more people following the New Testament than the old one.
Yeah, I mean, no hate, but that was wild. And I was like, so this whole town's gay. And he's like, I'm going to destroy this town. And I was like, what the hell? Like, except one person who looks back is cement and now you crumble. Weird. I don't get it. Anyways, that's what we used to talk about in quarantine all the time. I'd ask him so many questions. I'm like, okay. Because I know the names, like Sodom and Gomorrah, like David and Goliath. I'm like, is it an actual giant? Like, I was like asking all these things. Moses knew all the answers. So it was interesting. It was interesting. I liked your stories, but I was like, oh.
That's my story.
He wrote the Bible.
Yeah. he is Moses. Didn't Moses write some of the Bible?
Yeah, the original Moses did write a lot of it.
The original. We don't know if he's the original Moses. I'm sure there was a Moses before him.
That's a whole other story.
Okay.
Moses,
don't call him the original Moses. We don't know.
Moses is an Egyptian name. It's actually a name of a pharaoh.
Okay, so he wasn't the original Moses. There was another Moses before him. That should be the thumbnail and the title. Bible studies today. Bible studies and queerology.
And eating cake.
And eating cake. I didn't know. We should have talked more in that segment. The cake was good. We were just busy eating the cake that we didn't talk about it, but it was delicious and it was so good.
Oh my God, that was funny.
So I'll move the cake so you can open your.
You want to open the piñata?
Because we're getting close.
Okay.
Should we end on Dance Moms?
Let's do it.
Okay. That JoJo.
That JoJo. She made it to SNL, which is kind of everything. And she was good. The person who did the impersonation sounded just like JoJo. That was crazy. Did JoJo comment on it yet?
I don't know if she has, actually. I mean, she's so quick to comment on everything.
That's what I'm saying. She should be flattered, but, she goes back and forth. If, Kim talks about her, she hates it.
Did they get permission first?
Did they get permission? They made fun of her, the way she talked. They did, kind of a little speech impediment. So it's like, is she happy about it or is she not? I would be flattered. Again, it goes back to the roast.
Yeah, you
would
love that.
Oh my God, I don't care if they made me 500 pounds. I'd be like, that's fine. I
don't think she's commented. I don't see it on here.
I thought the girl did really good. I loved it in the outfit. Karma's it's such a good song. Did you watch the Dance Monster? Did you watch it or just seen clips?
Just clips and interviews.
So basically, but not everyone was invited, they said. Abby has a Patreon. Did you know that? She was doing a Q&A on her Patreon. And not everyone was invited. I don't think Abby was invited.
Abby wasn't invited.
Which is kind of crazy. So you're doing a Dance Monster reunion, but you're not going to invite Abby Lee Miller?
Yeah, and then JoJo talked about on her podcast, the JoJo podcast.
I love that. She has her own podcast?
I think it's just, and she sits in her room where it's all the JoJo merch too. And
love that.
Anyway,
I want to go on that one. That's JoJo. Everything. Yeah, just JoJo.
She said that the producers were trying to get her to call Abby, and that's the one thing she put her foot down, said she wouldn't do. She's like, well, Abby wasn't invited here, and then she would have to talk to people who don't want to talk to her because she doesn't have a relationship with everyone here. Blah blah blah.
So why did JoJo go? Because she's so loyal to Abby, and they're talking about Abby the whole time. So why would she go? That is crazy. I feel like. You could tell me as a journalist, I feel like, don't you have to listen to all sides of the story? I can't stand Abby. She's an abuser in my opinion, but it's don't you have to invite them if they're going to talk about them?
Well, this is not journalism. If it was an article, you would have to reach out to Abby for a statement.
Yeah.
But this is just it's a TV show, so I don't think it's technically journalism. I think if it was something actually defamatory, they would have to reach out to Abby for a statement, a la very drastic, but Quiet on Set, Dan Schneider, every episode they're Nickelodeon refuted, blah 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 blah.
Oh, they did reach out then.
Yeah, for that, for they had to reach out for a statement on something like that, where it's all this really damning, claims and stuff, allegations, but I don't think they actually. First of all, everything that they're talking about was filmed, so it's not really allegations.
Right. They're actually, we can refer back to this scene.
Yeah,
which is wild. That actually showed me more because we were seeing clips of it on TikTok too, and then the actual documentary we watched or the show, and I was like, it actually showed me way more abuse that she did to those kids than I remember. Just the verbal abuse, was actually insane. The way she yelled at them and called them names and stuff like that. The way she would just destroy them. If the mom was having issues, she'd come in and yell at the kid. She was wild, actually, worse than I remember.
Yeah, it
was crazy the stuff she would say to the kids and stuff. Just and in front of them too, she would say in front of the mom, she's like, look at your daughter who has no talent or something like that, and then the mom got really pissed about it. It's just so weird. I don't know. And then JoJo just being like everyone's therapist on there, like trying to like girl, what? Like, I don't know. JoJo being the voice of reason is just not it. She's never allowed to have anyone have their own experiences. She gets mad with Christy saying something about her experience, but then she's like, no, that's not true. This girl's so nice. And it's like, everyone has different experience. The other girls did so good holding their own against JoJo, like Chloe and stuff like that. She goes, okay, but everyone has their own experience. Like, you had yours. Like, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah, I think JoJo is learning a little bit because then so our interview with her, the whole cast was like after they filmed. And I know in our interview specifically, she talked about like how she got in like the feud with like Chloe and Chloe's mom, and how at the time like she was like very sassy and like going off, but then she's like actually, but then like looking at it now, it's like, oh yeah, we all have different experiences.
Oh, she did say that?
So she is like walking it back a little bit. I think she probably must have learned from the process, because like when they were filming, she was very like, why aren't you here, you're ungrateful, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but then after they filmed,
she kind of like, oh yikes,
walked it back a little bit. That's good. So at least
in the reunion, I don't have any regret. I don't regret it. I live with no regrets. I was like, girl, okay, like,
yeah, because we asked her about it too. They're like, okay, like you said Abby was always right when you did the reunion, and then she walked it back a little bit. She's like, I want to say, everyone was clocking her in our TikTok. She's like, I don't want this to get misconstructed. But she meant misconstrued. And it was like, she's like, Abby was always right for me, not for everyone. She's like, a lot of people here have like terrible experiences with her, blah, blah, blah. But for me, you know, when she's like, JoJo, have you learned nothing? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, you know, she was right when it came to me specifically. But she's like, we all had different experiences though. So she is learning, I think.
Oh my God. That's good. It is a little growth and we give her that. But it's also like, she talks about having kids in the near future. And I'm just like, if you think the way she talked to you was right as a child, like that's actually like insane. Because she would say like, if I was talking over an adult, she would tell me. And it's like, but the way she like yelled at you like makes me worried that you think that's like okay to talk to children that way. Because JoJo works with children with OMG Pop and stuff and talks about having kids. It's like, how does she not know like that wasn't right still? You know what I mean? It's so crazy to defend her. I get like loving her and stuff like that, and she's like, maybe she's like, oh, it helped me become this person, but like how can she not acknowledge that like that was so wrong to talk to a child like that? Like it's just trauma, whether you want to admit it or not. That's trauma. Like, you know, it's like maybe she doesn't get it, but the way she's thinking about stuff is so misconstrued and so like messed up because of it, and it's like so weird. So for her to be like, she was right every time, it's like, okay, maybe you were talking but over her, but you're like a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? Like 6-year-olds like do you're not supposed to. Like, you know, I get kicked in the face by my baby. I'm not going to yell at her and be like, oh my God, you kicked me in the face. Yeah, did she? Okay, yes, but she's a baby. So it's like, why would you yell at someone like that? That's so weird.
Yeah, it's, I think like out of Kalani and JoJo are still like kind of have a relationship with Abby. Like they still talk to her and stuff. And then Kalani said that like, looking back, she's like, you know, Abby isn't that far off from like other dance teachers. But I think Chloe kind of nailed it on the head. She's like, yeah, like, of course, Abby made us like better dancers, and she's not like that different from other dance teachers. But she said like the personal jabs that where she would get to all the kids is where like, you know, things definitely like cross the line.
For sure.
Abby said recently too, because she has a new show coming out soon-ish. And she's like, yeah, I do regret being so harsh for the kids. But it's like, obviously, because now everyone's telling you you're harsh. That like, you
already caused the trauma. Yeah. It's one of those things where I feel like that's one of those situations. It's like the Ellen where you should just like go away. You know what I mean? Like that, because it's embarrassing. It's cool you admit that's wrong, but like, why show your face anymore? Why? Because I've seen her talk about JoJo where it's like JoJo said something, she's always right. And then Abby's like, oh, you have learned something, JoJo. It's just like she's so just smug about it still. And it's just like, I don't buy it that she like feels bad about it because she's still like playing into it and whatever. I mean, she did get, I don't want to say like karma, like that's like not the right word. But I mean, I feel like Abby did go through a lot of like suffering, you know what I mean? And it's like, and again, not to say that's like worth it or anything, but hopefully that humbled her a little bit, you know, like put things into perspective and life. And
I know she did not make a lot of money from the show afterwards.
Abby Lee did it?
Yeah, like the residuals and stuff, like she wasn't getting, now that, because it went to streaming.
Oh.
But I guess like the contracts or something, like they don't get the money from the streaming.
I didn't know that.
It is interesting.
That is weird. That's crazy. Because was it her show? I mean, I guess it wasn't hers.
Yeah, but especially like deals pre like streaming era, it's like it wasn't like built for that, you know. That's
interesting. I always wondered that too. Like, do they get residuals if they're streaming? And
that's why like a lot of movie like actors like Scarlett Johansson was a big one. 'Cause her like Marvel movie came out like during COVID, so
it was on streaming.
They just put it straight to streaming, and she was like, "Wait, you didn't like." she gets no money on the back end because it wasn't. They make money from the box office. So now if it just goes to streaming, it's like, well, where's my money? You know.
That's actually true. Did she win then? What happened?
Yeah, they settled. So she.
But do you get like kind of like blacklisted if you do that? Like.
She, and I guess in her case, because she's like such a powerful, you know.
She didn't. Nothing happened. No backlash. She got
signed another deal with Disney to like direct in the future.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
all right. So she's like,
just fine.
She's fine. I was wondering that. I was like, if you go against like people and sue, like, do you get?
I think it depends on how big you are, how much
Scarlett
power
Johansson.
you have.
Yeah. She has a lot.
Yeah, but like I'm sure like any of these like Dance Mom girls against Lifetime, it's like okay.
Yeah, that's true. I really liked Chloe on the reunion. Yeah. She's so like smart and she's just
well spoken.
Well spoken for sure. She was like just polite about stuff. She didn't get heated. She didn't have like this emotional reaction, and that's like one thing I've learned too is like the people who don't react like with their emotions and like they're also like this, they come across better no matter what. And so that's why I always try to like hold myself from reacting like emotionally to something. That's why it's always dangerous to tell me something on the spot because I'm like, ooh, my initial reaction is to be like go off.
Yeah.
But if I like sleep on it now, I feel like I can like handle a little better. I'm like, okay, I got it. It's fine. That's why when you tell me, who are you telling me? Oh, like Hasan or Alisha Marie. I'm like, okay, wait, I gotta brace myself. Like, what do they say? Let me not go off on anybody. But those weren't too bad. But I love for Chloe. Her mom didn't get invited either, right? Christy?
I don't think so.
Or she just couldn't be there. She was on Zoom. Because they said something about how they're talking about her coming out to her mom and her mom supported her, I guess. Or she supports her now anyways. Yeah.
But it is weird that they wouldn't invite Abby but then want her to like FaceTime in via JoJo.
Yeah, so why not invite her then?
Yeah.
Maybe it's triggering for people. I bet I would say that. I'd be like, I don't want to see her, if I was like half of those Dance Moms girls. I guess the night before Maddie had a party and like invited half the girls and not JoJo or Kalani or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It definitely wasn't JoJo because like were you guys all there and they're like everybody here is there and then they showed JoJo and Kalani in the back. So, and they all got invited. And it wasn't even like a birthday party. It was just like a party for them or whatever because they didn't want to have them say anything bad about them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I get why they wouldn't want to be there. I mean, it's a long time ago. The show was like awful and traumatic,
and they all just had very different experiences.
I wonder why did they do a reunion? Who asked for it?
I know, actually,
so random.
Maybe because it was just been so popular, like on TikTok.
That's true.
That's the only thing I can think of.
They're like, let's have people all come back.
Yeah, and I mean, all the girls just seem, for the most part, very like well adjusted.
Yeah,
like, talking about like why like. Mackenzie and Maddie and like Nia didn't show up. They're all just like very respectful and got it. And they're like, we still love them and we hang out with them separately outside of this.
Mm-hmm. They have like a group chat.
Yeah.
I know
Brooke
doesn't dance anymore. I think her sister doesn't dance. Paige, I don't think she dances anymore. I think the mom said that too. She was just like, they haven't danced like since the show.
Left,
yeah. Which is like so sad because they like loved it. I guess I don't know if they were just traumatized. They just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is like really sad. Like if you like love dancing and then you stop because of like this awful teacher. I mean, she was awful. And it's like crazy that show was on. Like when I watch clips of that, I'm like, that's just crazy. They let that show on with kids. It's like, it's one thing if you're like yelling at adults, but like kids, it's just like so crazy.
I mean, it was a weird era because it was also like the toddlers and tiaras era.
That's true.
Too, and it was just like a little child exploitation.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, with all these families and the Honey Boo Boo. I mean, luckily they made
John
money.
And Kate Placid. There was actually a lot of like those like parenting
kid-based shows.
Family. It's basically like family vlogging, but TV, which is worse.
And they always had fights. Like John and Kate were always fighting and stuff like that. What was Kate on? Oh, she was on that show with Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew was like talking about Kate Gosselin being like his friend or something. I was like, oh, that's so random.
Oh, on the army,
the special forces.
Special
Forces.
I
was like, random. I guess they both went to the ICU or something. I think they both ended up going to the hospital or something like that. I know. I was like, damn, that's not a show for. I think the second season they had like they had JoJo. They had Tom Sandoval.
Someone from The Bachelor, Tyler Cameron.
Who's
from
that?
The Bachelor.
No, I don't know. Which one was he?
He was on The Bachelorette, and then he dated Gigi Hadid after he got off The Bachelorette.
Oh, wow, good for him.
Yeah, 2019.
They have so many of those shows. It's crazy. I can't either. I love them, though. We love them. They have a new Bachelorette. That Maria. Did you watch the last one?
No.
There's a girl that everyone loved, Maria. She said on Call Her Daddy. She was on Call Her Daddy like last week, and she said that they offered her the Bachelorette, and she said no because they gave it to a girl that was like the 5th runner-up or something, which is like so random. And Maria was like a favorite. Everyone loved Maria, and she said no. But I was like, did you hear that? She was on Call Her Daddy, Maria. Do you remember her? The feisty one.
Because it was surprising
that she wasn't the Bachelorette, and everyone hated her on the show. But then but fans loved her. But she said she was offered it, and she said no, which I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a shame.
Yeah, I liked her. I love The Bachelor. Shout out Bachelor. Bachelor Nation. I'm new to it, but I like it. The host of the show, though, he's sus.
Who is it?
Jesse Palmer. Do you know him? He was on a season of The Bachelor, and it was like the cringiest season ever. Like, oh my God, he literally like didn't even know. It was so weird. I don't even think he proposed at the end of a season. I think he was just like, will you be my girlfriend or something? Jesse Palmer. He's like a football player.
Sounds familiar.
He was on like years ago, but he's like he's the host. He's been the host for at least the 3 seasons we've seen. And
this guy. Yeah.
He was kind of weird on his season. I'm like, that's kind of an odd choice they had.
Yeah.
He's like an okay host. He's okay, but his season was bad. And he was like, he like forgot the girls' names. And he was just like kind of out of it. I don't know.
That was a random choice.
Yeah. Because
it's a random job because it's like you literally show up, like he gives the roses and there's one left. And then he shows out of the blue. Doesn't matter where they are in the world.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, everyone, this is the last rose. And then he walks away.
Yeah, you don't see him the whole time. Like they'll be in like Mongolia or Bangladesh or something. And then it's like he's only there for the final rose. It's like, what a weird job that is.
Unless like it's your show, like he's the director or something. Like, why are you there all the time?
He's not even a Bachelor success story. Like he's not with the person. So it's like, that's a weird, they could have like Trista or Ryan or someone from like season 2. But I don't know. Shout out ABC. Do you work with them?
No. A girl that I used to work with got married to Chris Harrison.
No.
Former host.
Wait, was it the one that had the scandal with him?
He had his own scandal.
She wasn't involved.
No.
Something with the show, right?
Yeah, something with
a contestant.
Who was it? She was black, and I think he just had like weird microaggression like comments.
Really?
And it was like on one of the shows, and everyone was like, "Why are you talking to her like that?" It was just like really off-putting.
I think now their show like make sure like any sort of anything racist on the show, they really clarify now. They're always just like they have the person apologize like as they should, but that makes sense because I'm like, wow, they're really like sensitive to this stuff, which is good. But
it was also like 2020, I want to say,
like
around that time. So it was like BLM, and then it was also like all the networks, like CBS, for example, did like this new like initiative, which they should have had for a long time. It was basically just like just to have the cast of like reality shows be like 50% POC.
Oh, okay.
So it was around the time that the networks were finally like being normal.
Yeah,
like, it's really weird.
There's other people besides white people in this world. It was crazy when you look back at like old reality shows, how everyone's just like white, and you're just like, that is
totally
wild.
Yeah. Like, I think about that all the time.
Yeah, what were we watching? Something. It was like really old, like from the 90s, and I was like, what were we watching? Do you remember? Like all white people, and I was like,
I mean, we've been watching a lot of old movies and musicals with Malibu, so like that's all of them. But then
what musical? Yeah, I guess so.
All of them, everything we watch.
Oh, right, like Sound of Music or Mary Poppins or all those ones. They're just all white people, and I was like, even in the background, I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Oh, but you meant was it Aladdin?
Oh, that's wild to me. The Disney voice actors of like Aladdin were all white.
Really?
The singing voices, the speaking voices of Aladdin and Jasmine. It was the guy from like Full House, like Scott Wagner, and there was like a white girl. But like it's really wild that they didn't have I don't know, like the ethnicity matched especially Aladdin because it was so Middle Eastern theme, and I was just like, and obviously the remake, the live action, they had all Middle Eastern actors, but I was like, why didn't they have that for like the speaking voices? It would have been more authentic, and I don't know. I guess back then they just didn't think about it, but
yeah. It's so, and it's crazy that it's like a recent thing. Like thinking about like, 2020, they decided to at least diversify their TV shows.
That's
it's crazy.
But it's like, it's an odd one because what do you do? It's voices, right? So you like, it's either you use the original language or you end up with accents, right? So it's like, because you end up with somebody from, let's say, the Middle East talking English.
No, but you could get someone like the guy who played Aladdin is an American, but his nationality is.
No, but I'm saying that it should just be the language, the original language.
No, but then it becomes like a foreign movie. Like you would have to still appeal to the English audience, but there's plenty of Middle Eastern actors that speak English, like at least the descent of it all. So like Naveen Andrews or something, like they have they speak English.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it's almost like Disney does like so much now because they have to like overcorrect from like all the past.
That's true. People are
I'd
mad.
rather it be like that than
Yeah, same. People are mad. Was Ivanka supposed to be Rapunzel?
Which was like oh my God, people are so annoying because it was like a fan cast and then like everyone like all the anti like like all the very like conservative like influencer accounts, whatever the conservative news, all ran with it. Disney's hiring, and it's like literally there isn't even a Tangled movie in the works.
Oh, there's
like,
not.
No,
oh, that's so funny. People are so mad about it.
Yeah, and the same thing happens to Io at Abiri. Like all of a sudden, there was like a random rumor that she's replacing like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, which again isn't like happening, but they all ran with it and like were being racist to her. It's like,
oh my god,
none of this stuff is even happening. Why are you getting
people
upset?
People are so crazy. They're actually so crazy. And then you have all the other people like, oh, what if Sabrina Carpenter played Tiana? I'm like, oh my god, y'all are being so extra with it. They have to go like they don't get it. Like people just don't get it. It's like, and also just like if you don't get it, just like don't say anything. Like you know what I mean? Like why are you so against it? It just is so weird. It's also like
that's why I have Rachel Zegler's back because 90% of that hate campaign was because Snow White wasn't a white girl. You know?
My gosh, so, crazy.
Yeah,
Rachel Zegler breaking boundaries. I love to see it. Yes, breaking the color line. We just love her so much. Gosh, I want her on the podcast. Why don't we get her?
We're doing the damage control because she did see the Zach sang. So.
But I think she sees now. We're like on board. I want to sing with her.
I need to go back to comment singing DMing and then maybe she'll see.
I love her. Rachel's like, I love you. You don't ever have to come on my podcast, but I love you.
Just
Forgive
know
me.
We love you.
I stand. And you know I stand you, girl. 2015 I stand you, okay? You know what I mean? I stand you so hard and always liked it. And like you, theater girl, love you so much.
And you've come around, so
I love her.
Yeah.
Still not coming around to Anne Hathaway, but
maybe we'll get another year. Give me a year.
Another year, maybe. I don't know.
And Anne
she should play Mother Gothel if they do a Rapunzel movie. She would actually kind of kill that.
That is actually great casting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that role. I would love to play her too, but I don't look like her. But I love that. And she's kind of fierce, actually. Like that's not even a hate comment. She's kind of hot because she gets the youth from Rapunzel, so she's kind of cute.
That is really good casting, actually.
I like it.
That would be iconic.
I should be a casting director.
You cast yourself.
I would love it. Who could I be in Rapunzel? Nobody. I don't know. I could be in the dwarfs, like Grumpy or something. I don't know. I'm hungry and pregnant. Should we crack up this pinata? Do I just pull it or what happens? That knife is so scary. I was thinking if someone breaks in right now, I could just like, if someone. This is beautiful set, babe. I love this set. Thank you for all of it. Did you ever have a pinata at your party?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I would whack them, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Not to bring up George Lopez again, but
Lopez
versus Lopez, the finale, they had a George Lopez pinata, and it was kind of everything. And they like took out their aggression on it, and I was like, that's kind of everything. Okay.
Let's see if it works.
Okay. 1, 2.
Woohoo!
Wow! Oh, Reese's.
It's for you.
Thank you. Oh my god, that's wow. Did you stuff it?
Yeah.
Oh, you stuffed it yourself?
Wow.
Wow.
That's so exciting. Thank you. Huh?
You can say goodbye here.
Okay. Yay! How do you say happy birthday in Spanish? I know you don't speak Spanish.
Cumpleaños.
Oh, is that really?
Sí.
What is it?
Feliz cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños?
Cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños?
Añe. So, cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Close, yeah.
Gracias for watching and happy birthday to me. And I don't know if we're going to, maybe we'll see you on the next Hot Topics. Anything. That's it. I love this bump. I'm going to miss it, but we love you guys. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the sponsors, DoorDash. Get the Dash Pass. LiquidDeath.com/Trish. Check it out to find your local retailer. AdamNee.com. Use the code JUST for 50% off. And then Patreon.com/JustTrish. We love you. We're going to do our Met Gala review. It'll be posted on Wednesday on the Patreon. Check it out, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.